disappointed in every one of you.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend you.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I kiss you on the mouth.
No, I'm not cool with that. Just, I'm sorry.
One more time.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I mean, I'm dealing with degenerate animals.
I'm disappointed in every one of you. Disappointed in every one of you.
All right, come on.
Honestly, I can't do it, man.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
Let me tell you why.
It's gonna be all right, Nicky. Go ahead, shoot.
He just killed a little fucking man.
What are you going to do about it?
You're happy because you got nothing. You don't got a thing. You're happy because you got nothing.
Lobito! Got nothing.
I want to get out. I want to get out of this rat hole. I want to get online. I need
BDA boxing.
All right. Welcome everybody to the Boxing Podcast, broadcasting to you live from the True North. As your good friend, Mr. BDA, and I'm glad. That's right, I'm glad that everybody could be on board for this one, fellas. In this episode, we've got a fantastic one for you, as we're going to be recapping the action that took place yesterday, Saturday, fights across the globe. And we certainly had some interesting fights here to start the year off, so we're going to talk about all of that plus more. Before we get down to the fun, let's get the business out of the way, fellas. You know the drill. If you want to donate a couple of shekels our way, you're certainly welcome to do so via the Super Chat feature. Although it's better if you join the membership program, that way you can get more bang for your buck. You can also donate via the Buy Me a Coffee app, link in the description below. You can also join our Patreon, free Patreon as well, free content over there we're going to be putting. And what's the other one? The membership, Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee. Yeah, it sounds about right. The most important thing is you continue to like, you subscribe, and you spread that BDA gospel, all right, people? And speaking of the gospel and the apostles, shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm talking about, who am I talking about? Mars Deckard, Ralph Unreal, the Boxing Kangaroo. Shout out to the Boxing Kangaroos. It's G'day, BDI. Shout out to him. Good to see him around this part of the community. Skull Kid, King Bucho, keeping an eye on things. Mexican Boxing, Team Batman Boxing, Grim Reaper. Hey, I think he changed his icon. Lion Legal in the house as well. Warhorse, Baron Evola. I think I see Sobers there as well. Mart. How many more people to come? I'm sure, fellas. Thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it. All right, before we do go on, though, I wanted to give a shout out to somebody who donated via the Buy Me a Coffee app. Bucho, did you, Meatman, donated via the Buy Me a Coffee app yesterday?
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't...
Yeah, he just left
But that was during the show. Was that?
That was after the show.
Okay, well, so shout out to Meatman. Quite a name, if I may say so myself. But the Meatman, we're going to call him the Meatman. The Meatman said, it's not much, but it's an honest donation. Well, listen, as long as it's an honest donation, thank you for your contribution, man. We really appreciate it. And it goes to the Roadcaster Duo Fund. As you can see, it's at the top there. There's some good progress there with the Roadcaster Pro, which is going to help us enter and broadcast in a more smoother scrolling fashion than you're accustomed to. So shout out to everybody who's been donating so far. We really appreciate it. All right. So yeah, keep it coming, fellas. Keep it coming. If you enjoyed the show, this is really going to improve the quality of the aforementioned show. Now listen, we got a lot to get to here. So yesterday from New York, No, actually, it was Brooklyn, New York, right? Anyway, let's call it New York City, just to narrow it down. Dalton Smith remains undefeated as he takes out Subriel Matias in the 5th round of what turned out to be a major firefight, certainly an early Fight of the Year contender. Matias drops to 23 wins, 3 losses now, still with 22 big knockouts. As for Dalton Smith, he, well, I don't even, where is his record anyway? They don't give it to you here. I can look it up later, but he remains undefeated as well, and this is a big win that sets him up to really rival some of these dudes at 140 pounds. Of course, we have Teofimo Lopez. He's the champ. He goes first versus Shakur Stevenson, January the 31st. So Dalton Smith really in the running for some big things here, and we're going to talk about some of the fights that are already being talked about after this tremendous win over him. However, we're also going to talk about the nature in which he won. Was a stoppage too soon? And yes, those are some of the things that we're going to be focusing on right there. So who wants to go first? Give your thoughts on this fantastic fight.
I'll say that every time I'm watching a fight, and this might be like rudimentary, whatever, but if I'm in the first round, if I'm watching a fight and one of the guys is landing clean crosses on their opponent, like Dalton was landing, like I think within the first 5 seconds, he landed a right cross on Matias. That's always a bad. That's a sign that you might get knocked the fuck out, and that's what ended up happening. Right? It was like 3 right hands in a row. You cannot let your opponent just land that clean. Their power shots on you that clean, that early. And Matias, you know, he seems like a dude who, I mean, he just puts his hands up and he comes forward, right? And he has a good chin. He has really heavy hands. So he just touches an opponent on the inside and he wears him down, knocks him out. Usually works. But Dalton Smith did really good in that first round. You know, with the boxing, he kept the distance and he was just cracking him with right hands. But then I think, was it the second and third round and so on? And, you know, for the rest of the fight, Matias was really crowding him and he was landing his shots. He was landing thudding shots. At first, I was thinking that Dalton Smith was going to be too soft, too light in the ass, you know, too much crumpets and tea, and he was going to get knocked the fuck out. But I think I noticed in the third and the fourth, you know, he was landing just landing too clean on Matias, and he was like making him drop his hands after shots. He looked like he was getting hurt, right? Even when Matias had a good round, you know, I see Dalton Smith hurt him. You know what I mean? And that's why the fight ended early. But it was a really good fight. It was really, you know, fun. Back and forth action. People complain about the clinching, but I don't. Yeah, I mean, it kind of happens in fights. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what happens a little bit on the inside. I seen that Dalton Smith was grabbing, he was clinching, but he was also fighting with one arm. We know when you have one arm free, you keep fighting, and I see Dalton Smith is doing that. He was kind of grabbing him with one side, and he'll grab him with the other and start hitting them. So it was I think it was a good fight. It was a clean fight. I wouldn't so as far as the stoppage being early, BDA, you might say it was a little bit early. I think the referee stopped it because of the way Matias got up. He kind of like stumbled back a little bit off the ropes or whatever, and he was probably okay because of that. He's gonna stop it. But the way I see it, the way he was eating right hands, I mean, Dalton Smith was gonna come up and finish him off within like 10 seconds if the fight continued. He was just getting hit too clean.
Yeah, in terms of, we're going to talk about some of the other fights that took place on Saturday because that seemed to be the message or the theme of the weekend with early stoppages or, you know, premature stoppages. I don't know, Butcher, you want to go first? Next, rather, with your thoughts on the fight?
I mean, I picked Matias to win the fight, but I was a bit skeptical because, you know, Matias, he likes to choke. He did in Puerto Rico. Yeah, in round 1, he was getting tagged, and I was like, holy shit, maybe I should change my prediction, right? But then later on, I started to notice that Matias was taking those shots, and he kept coming forward. So I'm like, okay, he's getting hit, but, you know, Matias is not getting hurt. So eventually, Matias is going to... I thought he had more power, and he was going to end up winning in the exchanges. But, you know... when you get hit like that, it doesn't matter who the fuck you are. Eventually, you're going to get knocked out. Because his hands were completely down most of the time. So, yeah, that's what happened. You know, maybe he got too confident. I can take his punches. And all of a sudden, boom, one shot that he actually couldn't take because he landed in... I don't know where he landed. I didn't watch the replay. I don't remember the replay. But I think he landed on the chin. So, the punch landed in the right place. and he got knocked out. Now the clinching was disgusting. I mean, Dalton was lunging in sometimes. He was obviously clinching on purpose. But did that change the outcome of the fight? I don't know. But I have to point out that he was clinching, and that's fucking disgusting.
Shout out to Anthony Lopez for his contribution with the super chat. Shout out to Anthony Lopez, who says a few shekels to help with the Roadcaster BDA. Well, there you go. Shout out to Anthony Lopez for that contribution right there. Like I said, it's certainly going to the right place. And it's really going to help us out, smooth out the broadcasting here. It just adds a whole new layer. It makes it easier to navigate too when you're doing the broadcasting, cleaner sound as well, especially with the callers.
Phone calls is gonna
the phone call, that's the major one. That's the number one. But so shout out to Anthony Lopez. Really, really, really appreciate it. As it pertains to your comments, fellas, about the fight, it was an action-packed fight, certainly early fight of the year contender, and it's only what was it, the first weekend of January, right, or second rather. Nevertheless, quite an entertaining fight. I was looking forward to it, and it did deliver. It lived up to what I was expecting, more or less. Dalton Smith did something that I like from punchers, which is that he let his hands go. Usually, a lot of these dudes, whenever they fight Matias, and he's fought some good Uzbeki fighters and punchers, they don't let their hands go against him. They do so in the first 3 rounds, and then he starts coming on strong, and they start panicking, they start getting tired, and they end up quitting. This dude said, hey, I'm going to keep throwing for as long as I have to because he believed in his power. Reminds me a little bit of Naoya Inoue and Jaron Ennis. They take on these dudes that put on the guard, and they say, fantastic, you're putting up a target. Let me tear it down with my shots here. And I got the sense that that's what Dalton... By the way, you know me, I got a rule. I don't like calling fighters by their first names. I'm going to make an exception here with Dalton Smith because Dalton kind of reminds me of Roadhouse. I'm just going to keep calling him Dalton. But Dalton did a good job here with the overhand shots. I didn't like the clinching either. In fact, I'm making a video about it because there was a whole lot of clinching going on from him, which, again, would he have stopped Matias had the fight continued? Maybe. But the clinching is the one that it's up in the air. What would have happened in this fight had he been prevented from clinching? Same thing with the power fight. And the commentators, by the way, they mentioned the power fight and his amount of clinching, and they go, but that's the way you got to do it. It's like, what? That's the way you got to do it. Why not say, hey, he's got to hit him low too while we're at it? Because he's breaking the rules by doing that. These people, these fucking commentators, they're advocating that. They're advocating for the breaking of the rules. And then Raul Marquez, silver medalist, Olympic silver medalist, 1992 Barcelona Games, also a titleist at 154 pounds. The guy goes, yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta zone out or tune out the fans. You gotta fight for yourself. And I'm thinking, wow, another form of disrespect there to the fans or towards the fans. We don't matter. You're not fighting for the fans. You're fighting for yourself. Who's paying to watch you fight then? Your family members? That's all you care about then? Them watching you fight? No, we drive the sport here. To a certain extent, we pay with our pocket and we dictate with our pocket who we want to watch and who we don't want to watch fight. And the constant disrespect and apathy towards the boxing consumer is really jarring. It's almost as if the fighters themselves, they're holier than thou because they step through the ropes and they're courageous. They're like firefighters. These people, in the eyes of some of these people. So, nah, man, just because you got balls doesn't mean you're allowed to clinch. And it seems like a lot of these people now, they really respect that whole win by any means necessary. Or as I like to call it, do what thou wilt shall be the name of the law. Real satanic inversion type stuff going on here. And it's disgusting. The BDA Ultra or deprogramming plan has to go into full effect right now, Butcher. We got to talk to the R&D department because this is getting ridiculous. The commentators now are advocating for clinching. Somebody donated the super chat. Let me just, before I forget, shout out to Mars Deckard. Shout out to Mars Deckard for his contribution with the super chat. And he says, Eddie Hearn is already planning to screw over Dalton against his Wakanda Kang Crip. Oh, come on. Again, hey, let me put up the disclaimer here. You know me, legally, I'm obligated to read the comments here, so don't shoot the messenger, all right? But shout out to Mars Deckard, who says, Eddie Hearn is already planning to screw over Dalton against his Wakanda Kang Crip Cherson Bitchins. Oh, geez, Luis, he had to double up on the butchering of the name there. But shout out to Mars Decker. Yes, we're going to talk about what's next for Dalton Smith. But shout out to Mars Decker for his contribution via the super chat going to the Roadcaster Duo Fund. But anyway, listen, I don't want to prevaricate here.
Can I just say something? Where is Hitchinson from? He's from New York, right? Brooklyn or something?
Yes.
If Eddie Hearn is smart, he makes that fight in the UK. Dalton against Hitchinson. Richardson Hitchens. But guess what? I'm almost certain that fight would take place in New York in an empty fucking arena. Why? Because Eddie Hearn, I mean, he wants to penetrate that US market. He's obsessed with that shit. But logically speaking, he should be making that fight in the UK.
Are you saying that corporate phallus? Are you saying that corporate phallus wants to penetrate the New York market? That's what you're saying?
Exactly. Deep penetration, which is stupid.
In full effect. No, but listen.
It's like barge in. It's rape, basically.
Yesterday, the place was empty. They dimmed the lights. We talked about it on during the week that the fact that people were reporting this fight was not selling. Fresh Productions, which happens to be Matias's promotional outfit or whatever, apparently they did very little press. Didn't really send out any of these guys to do any press. I don't think anybody cared if they did press or not. That there was zero interest. These guys, nobody knows these guys. A guy from the UK and a Puerto Rican, and you would think, yeah, okay, New York, a Puerto Rican, the Boricua is going to do it. No, nobody cared about this fight. So, I don't know. People in the Discord were intimating that there might be some sort of a, how shall I put this? Not a criminal element, but certainly something fishy going on. Something askew. Be that as it may, I didn't like the clinching from Dalton Smith, but like Sober said, it wasn't the most egregious form of clinching because it almost seemed as if he was clinching just enough time to recoup his energy and then fire a volley right away. But again, he was nullifying Matias' inside game. And that's a big no-no to me. I mean, if you can't fight on the inside, too bad, man. At least try to smother or try to move around. I don't know, do something. But Dalton Smith let his hands go. He ended up taking Matias out. And I'll say one final thing. Butcher, you're right, man. I don't know what Matias was doing. Because like Sober said, from the first round on, Smith was tagging Matias. He was rattling his head, breaking his guard. And then Matias still thought that he was fighting Jukenbaev and Nanian and all these other dudes. Like, oh, okay, in a couple of rounds, he's going to get tired. No, this dude could still crack by the fifth round. And he's there with his hands down, trying to do the crab defense. And man, it really cost him. He screwed big time. He screwed up big time by himself here.
Yeah, he did. He did. He really thought he could outlast Dalton. He's gonna crumble eventually. He's gonna get tired, and that didn't happen. So I mean, that's his fault. I mean, you know, because we were on Sober's stream yesterday, and FUTV was bringing us some good points about the clinching. You know, like, you know, maybe that affected the out. No, he says that definitely affected the outcome of the fight. But at the same time, I mean, why is Matias fighting like that? Like a fucking idiot.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
It's also his fault. It's his fault as well.
Yeah, and you know, we were talking about that during fight week, that he's got a type of style that doesn't age well. Now, I don't think he aged overnight this time. I just think his style caught up to him because, I mean, again, Jukenbaev, that's a big puncher. And Anian, he can crack a little bit too. But this dude had already proven Dalton Smith that he could take out low-level opposition, and yeah, Matias just couldn't take it. In fact, I think he got hurt earlier, didn't he? I think when the end of the fourth round or third round, he was up against the ropes.
I think he got hurt in the third, in the fourth.
Right.
I think some got hurt in both those rounds.
But too many balls. This dude, he thought he was just going to be able to walk through it, and he also got hurt by a body shot early in the fifth, which I think might have been the beginning of the end for him. Then again, who knows? Before we continue, though, let me read a super chat here real quick before I forget. And I say real quick as in let's get to it real quick because I don't want to forget it. The fuck is it?
Jukenbaev.
I call him Jambalaya. But
it is a funny name.
Chad Collins, shout out to Chad Collins for his contribution with the super chat. He says a couple of more beans towards your upgrade. Well, shout out to you, Chad. Really appreciate it. It's going into. You know what I'm gonna do? I like the alert with the song there from the Gypsy Kings or whatever. No, was it the Gypsy Kings? Anyway, I forget. It's the song from the Big Lebowski. I'm going to get a tin cup and I'm going to grab some change. And every time somebody gives a donation, I'm just going to throw the change in there so you can hear the chinks. Oh, shit. Am I allowed to say that?
Not anymore.
No, what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, that's not even it. I don't know why my mind went to that. But shout out to Chad Collins for his contribution and to everybody who's donated so far. The other thing that I wanted to say about that was, okay, so this is what Subriel Matias had to say about the stoppage. Because again, some people say that it was a bit of a premature stoppage. I thought his legs were gone. The way he flopped, he got dropped and then he turned over onto his back. And I said, oh boy, that's not a good look for him. I mean, he looks like he's out. He said, people, what can I say? I never thought would happen, getting knocked out of my career. And for the first time, they stopped me. Something I'm used to doing to others. I like I guess to throw that in there. Like, hey, usually I'm the one. Don't forget that I'm also a knockout artist. Then he says, but I feel it was a bad stoppage. Or I don't know. In other cases, I would have preferred they just finish me. But that's boxing. There's a referee, and he did what he thought was right. What can I tell you? Thanks to everyone for the support. To the haters. Come on. He's starting to turn into an American boxer. Talking about the haters.
The haters.
The haters. Man, why are you hating? What do they do there with the mouth? Why are you hating? There's a referee, blah, blah, blah. Thanks for the support to the haters and the supporters alike. Blessings. We're still active. What do you guys think about that? Does that sort of validate what we keep saying about boxers, that they would rather go out on their shields and get taken out on a stretcher than to be the victims of a premature stoppage?
Yeah, that's what they're supposed to say, right? That's what the referee's supposed to be there for, to save him from himself. Because some guys will fight until they die. Matias does seem like the type. He will just come and let you bludgeon him, trying to get to you. So, you know what I mean? It's like there has to be that's the whole point of the referee, right? The balance. So, I don't know. Like you said, BDA, I thought he was done. The way he fell down and the kind of punches he was eating, he wasn't finna turn that around. He wasn't about to start dodging them when he couldn't dodge them, the whole fight.
But you know what? I want to see that. If the guy's got no legs, fine. Let him stay on the ropes and let the other guy tee off on him with 2 or 3 shots, and then then you can wave it off. Is that too much to ask?
Yeah. No, not at all.
I'm tired of these stoppages, man. Well,
I do think it was a little early. It was a little early.
I mean, look. I understand that when a guy gets up, he can't even he wobbles to the ropes. Yeah, you're right. That is a good stoppage, but you never know with a guy like Matias. Do you take that into account? Do you take that into consideration that hey, this dude is known for his durability and his recuperative power? So I still think it was an okay stoppage. It's right on the border. It's right on the border. As far as Dalton Smith, the big winner of this night, they already got some plans for him set up here. Eddie Hearn, his promoter. Dalton Smith versus Richardson Hitchens unification fight could be next, says Eddie Hearn. By the way, again, what I feared is already occurring. A couple of weeks ago, the WBC and Terrence Crawford were going at it, and a lot of people were siding with Crawford and saying, man, the alphabet titles, they stink, blah, blah, blah. I'm looking at the headlines now. Congratulations to Dalton Smith, the next champion, crowns himself champion. I'm thinking champion. Okay, so we're back. He's holding the WBC title, by the way, which used to be persona non grata a couple of weeks ago. Now people are back to, oh, hey, he's got the WBC belt. He's a champ. So what I tell you, people, the news cycle moves fast, and a lot of people out there, their memories tend to vanish fast as well because they're already forgetting that these fucking alphabet organizations are a bunch of snakes oil salesmen. But people don't seem to care. They're back to calling this guy a champion. Nevertheless, Matchroom, they are indeed looking for that Hitchens unification fight. That's what they're calling it. We got Richardson Hitchens, Hearn told the Ring. That would be a huge unification fight. Where would that be huge? Like Bucho, like you said, only in the UK, right? They'd be crazy to do it in New York.
Yeah, I know, but that's what Eddie Hearn. I wouldn't be surprised if Eddie Hearn does that. He has a fight in New York.
And then Eddie Hearn said...
They're obsessed with certain boxers. I don't know why. I just don't know why.
He has a type, you could say.
Something.
Yeah. I mean,
hey. Put my finger on it.
Rapid called it a long time ago. I'm looking at the championship thing here. I don't understand a little something here at the end of this quote. Well, actually, let me get to a super chat first, and then we'll continue with this. Don't remind me to talk about the IBF, 'cause something's confusing me here. And I don't like talking that much about the alphabet organizations, but we got to do it in this instance. Shout out to One Foot Out the Door for his contribution with the super chat, who says some shekels to upgrade the dial-up. the dial-up internet. No, we're not on dial-up internet. That's fake news there. One Foot Out the Door, but we do appreciate the contribution. Shout out to you. And I finally saw that movie there, Perdita Durango, the one that he has there on his as his avatar.
Perdita Durango.
Yeah,
I like that movie. Javier Bardem and Rosie Perez.
yeah. Before anybody knew who the fuck Javier Bardem was. Bucha, stop playing those sounds,
That's a
man.
cool movie, bro.
Bucha's playing the dial-up internet sounds to further the conspiracy theories that we were still on bandwidth. I mean, on
That's
dial-up.
a core memory unlocked.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's a good movie. Well, I mean, it was a weird movie. I don't know what they were trying to go for there.
Well, I like the whole Santeria stuff. I mean, he was trying to be he was like a warlock.
Yeah, he was a warlock.
But
Yeah,
then there's the weird swingers. There's like a weird swinger thing in there going on, right?
absolutely. And the director of that movie, the Spaniard guy, he's done about 2 or 3 other movies with witchcraft involved. So there's a little something going on there.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
I think it's cool. I mean, I don't know.
I think it's interesting to see on screen. You know what I mean? 'Cause I
Yeah,
think it's
sure,
interesting to
that's
read
true.
and, you know, like they were trying to actually, because when you look at Santeria, they do the low level spells and like those sacrifice chickens, and it shows them kind of doing that. Like, oh, we need a powerful spell. We need a tourist. You know, we're gonna throw them in a cauldron. And they really do crazy shit like that, right?
Well, it happened, right? In Mexico
So it's
once
like-
in the 80s, during
No,
spring
it
break.
happens.
Right.
Yeah.
My goodness, some crazy shit right there. You know what? That's the same thing that in boxing, when people advocate for clinching and dipping below the waist and running around the ring and not trying. To me, that's an inversion of the natural law, the golden rules. And to me, it's right there with Satanism. I'm not afraid to say that. Shout out to shout out to One Foot Out the Door for that contribution. Real appreciate it. Now, here's the thing I wanted to get to in regards to the boxing and this whole junior welterweight division. At the end of this article says, Eddie Hearn says it's possible, he admitted, when discussing Duarte as possibly being next for the IBF champion, but maybe we'll just unify against Hitchens. So Hitchens has the IBF strap, right? Let me just look it up here. Okay, so yeah, Hitchens has the IBF strap. Gary Antoine Russell has the WBA. Teofimo Lopez is the one true undisputed champion. That's right, undisputed. He also has the WBO strap. And then you got the WBC. Dalton Smith is the champ, and Isaac Cruz is the interim champ. So wait a minute. So how come I'm not hearing Isaac Cruz being mentioned here at all? Because if he's the interim champ, doesn't that mean that he's up next in the rotation? Somebody explain to me again how this shit works. 'Cause I already.
Well, I mean, I think unification is considered like I'm forgetting my fucking words here, but priority, takes priority.
Ah, okay, that's
over,
fine. That's the way they work.
I don't know. I'm just assuming. To be honest, I don't even know. I don't even think these people fucking know. They don't have any fucking rules.
I haven't followed this in decades, so I don't even know. Yeah, you know what? You know what's funny? They allow these guys to unify, and then as soon as they do so, they're so quick to break up the crown, especially the IBF, right? I think the IBF is the one. Yeah, so these fucking people, man, a bunch of snakes, a bunch of weasels. That's what they are. Now, what was it? Yeah, weasels.
You little weasel!
There you go.
You
Oh yeah, I was like, who says that? Oh yeah, that guy.
If there's ever a man that looks like a weasel,
All these people. You know what, Bucho? I want to commission a simple yet effective Photoshop. Just take all those belts and put weasel faces on top of them. Put the faces of weasels.
shit.
That's what these people are. Hey, grab
I'm on
Suleiman. I know what. No, you can't put a weasel face on top of Suleiman because he's going to start crying anti-Semitism or something, and they're going to get us taken down. So, no, don't do that.
I don't think he's Jewish.
Oh, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Suleiman, Juleman, doesn't that rhyme? That should tell you everything you need to know. That's my argument. That's my argument. But yeah, okay, so...
if UTV was calling Eddie Hearn the big Jew,
okay, what the...
he's like, I knew the fight was
talking
fixed.
like a giant Ben Shapiro.
It's like, I knew the Dalton Matias fight was fixed as soon as I saw the big Jew coming to the ring after the fight.
Oh man, Fu, if you're listening, you gotta jump on, man. Fu, if you're listening, you gotta jump on. I want to hear your take on this fight.
What's wrong with the Jews?
No, he actually had a lot to say about the fight. He actually had a lot to say about that fight, BDA.
Yeah.
Let's hear it. Fu, jump on, man. What are we doing over here? But as it pertains to the Hitchens versus Matias, excuse me, Hitchens versus Dalton Smith, big unification that they want to do, probably in New York. There is a bit of a problem with that, and that is because, according to Boxing Scene, the WBC is already talking about Dalton Smith versus Alberto Puello, likely to be ordered next per prior WBC ruling. The unbeaten Smith of Sheffield, UK, claimed the WBC belt, blah, blah, blah. What are they saying here? Rested away WBC. The voluntary fight was approved by the WBC on the condition that the winner would be expected to immediately enter negotiations with Smith, who was the mandatory challenger at that time. So, Bucho, this whole thing about unifications taking priority, I don't know how they're going to work this. I really don't.
Well, I don't understand why Cruz has to fight this guy Puello now when he's an interim champion. So he should be fighting the real champion now.
No, Dalton Smith has to fight Puello.
Wait, the interim has a mandatory defense? What?
Oh, I'm confused.
Yeah,
who's
Butch, I don't know what you're talking
supposed to fight now?
It says that
Okay, I got it
Dalton Smith and Alberto Puello is likely next.
Okay.
And
why?
Well, first of all, Puello is a guy who his last 3 wins were all by, I think, majority decision or split decision. I mean, this dude, he can win a fight convincingly to save his life. And let's not forget, he was doing his share of clinching against Matias too. So by that rationale,
But wait, hold on. The WBC champion is Dalton Smith. The interim champion is Cruz. So when is Cruz gonna have a shot of becoming the champion, the real champion, the regular champion? What do you want to fucking call it?
I don't know, man. Well, let's check the chat, see what they got to say. But first, shout out to Chad Collins again for his contribution with the super chat. Another one. Shout out to Chad Collins, who says, what's he saying? Hold on a sec. Get your cup, jingle that coin. Oh man, well, I don't have a tin cup. What do I have that's metallic here? I got one of those things that you know to work your hand strength. What do they call it? You know that. Well, that's not quite a jingle right there, but hey, it's the best I got. What do you want from me? So shout out to Chad Collins for that. Really appreciate your contribution. We're on our way. We're on our way for that Roadcaster duel. Let me tell you. Want to get my hands on one of those. I know Butcher's using one already, and I think I might borrow it without his knowledge, if you know what I mean. But yeah, shout out to Chad Collins. Okay, so guys, I think at the end of the day,
break into my house.
what do you mean house? You're always living in the BDA shack now, the BDA headquarters. But I'm okay. Let me go to the chat here, see if anybody can make sense of this fucking how these alphabet organizations run their dilapidated organizations. Chidlin says Puello will stop Smith. Easy work. Well, I don't know about that. The Boxing Kangaroo says the people of Sheffield are as happy as a dog with 2 dicks at the moment. Well, that's certainly a lot of joy right there. Hey, can I say something too before we continue? What did you guys think of the post-fight interview where Smith's father, I don't know what he was, I don't know if it was this the guy that gives him beer at the pub. He starts giving out this whole story of, this is the first time that the family, that Cloud McClan, and it's like, what the fuck? Well, okay, I don't know why I'm doing a Scottish accent, by the way, but the guy was going on and droning on about his family history.
Great.
Was that?
I see, keep going with it. It was great.
No, it wasn't that good. No, but what was that all about? Did anybody else feel a little uncomfortable and angry at that?
No, I think even the person interviewing them was like, "Hey, bro, we don't have enough time for all this shit." he tried to turn around and be like, "Let me get some more people up here." And he's like, he starts pointing at people in the like to come in the ring, and she's like, "Hold on, bro, we're running out of broadcast time. You know, it's not time for you to have your acceptance speech because what your son did, asshole." And also, you know, it's crazy too, BDA. If you talking about the post fight interview, did you see the post fight celebration? As soon as they called the fight off, he fell down on his back, and then I guess that was his dad, right? He straddles him, you know, gets on top of him, and then like he puts himself like face. They get like face to face, you know, like their noses are fucking brushing against each other. And he's like, "You did it."
Well, you know what's weird?
You know, like
even weirder,
dropping saliva in his fucking mouth and shit. It was weird.
You know what's even stranger about that? First of all, now we know who helped him practice the clinching. I think that's pretty apparent right there. Second of all,
Nice.
What makes it more egregious is the fact that he drops on top of the guy, of Dalton Smith. Then he actually gets on his knees, so he's riding Dalton Smith, and then he goes back down to like hug him or whatever, and that's when their faces were brushing each other. And I'm thinking, and then the cameraman zooming in. It's like, oh yeah, I like what I'm seeing. I'm thinking it was a weird post fight.
Well, it was kind of a second-rate pay-per-view, right? I mean, it's not like they had the other guys. Because I think Larry Merchant and Jim Gray used to cut people off. I think there's a bunch of video of them getting into it with people like that.
Well, that's the thing. I was always under the impression that when you're doing a pay-per-view broadcast, there's no time limit necessarily. What was the event? There was one pay-per-view event that managed, something happened. I don't know if it was a riot or something. I'm not talking about the Andrew Golada, Riddick Bowe thing, but it was another pay-per-view event, and I think they managed to cover the whole proceedings afterwards, the melee, because it was actually pay-per-view, whereas even cable television, they gotta abide by a schedule. So maybe I'm misunderstanding here, but yeah, I was surprised that they were saying we're running out of time. What, you're paying for the time? They're paying for the bandwidth or something? I don't know.
They're just trying to cut him off because you like you were saying, like he was trying to do on this whole fucking family speech about our crest was lost during the Crusades and we got it back like 20 years ago and now we're champions. You know what I mean? Like he was trying to do this whole origin story.
Yeah, and like you said, they were pointing at somebody from outside the ring. It's like, bring him up. Like,
yeah, he was like, get up here, get up. We got more people to thank. They wanted to thank the guy that holds a spit bucket. You know what I'm saying? The guy who fucking their physician and shit. Like, they're trying to bring up too many people.
Yeah, the
They
physician,
already had like 5 people in the ring with them.
the massage therapist. I mean, come on, it's just enough, man. We don't
Sure,
want. They can do that in the post-fight press conference or the after party, as Uncle June calls it.
That's for.
But by the way, Irish Andrew Ward is DMing me here. He's saying venues typically enforce the time limit. Well, there you go. So they were being kicked out essentially. It's like, all right, wrap it up. You gotta go. Even the venue.
One thing I did notice during the fight too, BDA, and there was some commotion in the background. Right, it looked like there was fights in the crowd.
Oh yeah.
And people were getting up and they're looking and stuff like that. But that didn't stop the fight whatsoever. And I can't tell how many times that there's fights in the crowd that the boxers don't care about it and they continue doing their job. So, I know this is probably off topic, whatever, but I just know when I see fighters doing that, it's weird when they stop what they're doing and they bring all their attention outside the ring. The only time that's necessary is like when I know it's when Evander Holyfield's fights where that guy with that little propeller, that little flight suit, he came in and crashed into the ring almost.
Yeah, the
you know what I'm talking
fan
about?
man. The fan man.
The fan man. Yeah. That's like the only time I feel like it would be necessary for the boxers to be like, oh shit, what's going on?
Yeah, that was
Right,
Riddick Bowe
but,
Holyfield too.
Yeah.
But it brings to mind that fight with what's his name, Gervonta Davis and that Dominican dude.
Hector
Right,
Luis
they were
Garcia.
fighting, a little bit of pushing and tussling, and they stopped the whole thing. The referee's like, "Hey guys, hold on." It was just a weird thing, right?
Yeah, that was weird, man.
I see fights where the boxers don't care. They don't care. They got to keep fighting. So yeah, it's off topic, but it just comes to mind. You know what I mean? When I see that.
No, that's what happens in heist movies, man. That's what they do, right? You do the distraction.
Yeah, it's the play. They distract you. Yeah.
That's a good point.
That's when the ace comes out of the sleeve slowly, and then they win the poker game.
Hey, by the way, yeah, that's a good way of putting it, Frank. It's the heist. When they want to do the heist, the con job, that's what they do. And they actually kind of did it there with Tank Davis. They stopped the fight. It's like, what the fuck? How many times have I seen? I remember Cotto versus Otke Urcal in Puerto Rico. There was a fight, and Urcal, he's from the Ukraine. He's not accustomed to this. Like, oh, yeah. He stops and points to the ref, and the ref goes, "No, y'all keep going, mano." Because it's true, yeah. These dudes, like you saw Dalton Smith and Matias, they didn't give a fuck. They were in the zone. They were dialed in. They don't give a shit about some fucking drunks fighting in the car. And by the way, not for nothing, somebody showed me a picture, and I don't know if it's my imagination, but I saw a bearded guy, like a guy with an orange beard, a white guy, getting into it with the people. And then I read in the message board that the fight started because that dude was asking somebody, "What's your race and ethnicity?" And the other guy didn't want to answer, and that's how the fight started. So I don't know if that's true or not. By the way, I can't see the likes anymore on this fucking if you go to the live studio. if you go to live studio, I can't see the likes. Butcher, can you provide me
We're
the number
28.
of?
We're 28.
You got 28. You got
That
28.
is that. Listen,
I
that
have
is disgusting.
113 viewers.
That
This
is disgusting.
End the
People
show,
are
man.
people are asking if we can open up the phone lines. Get it to at least 50. 50 likes will open up
Get
the
that.
phone
We need
lines.
that number to 69.
69.
I didn't say that. I said 50. 50, not 69. Come on now.
You're gonna get canceled.
Yeah, you know what? And, yeah, you know what? I'm pretty sure. I'm starting to think maybe Sobers liked the post fight celebrations there from Dalton's mid side. No, but that was weird. That was
I'm
weird.
gonna make it to a short and put some music in the background.
What else was I gonna say? Oh yes, so that's okay. So what's next for Dalton's mate? Who do you want to see him fight next? If you could decide.
Cruz. For an exciting fight, put him against Pitbull, man. That'd be a great fucking fight.
I agree.
No, let him fight Hitchens, man. Let him knock his ass out. Let him take him off the board.
Hey, you know what I was thinking about too? You guys were talking about this on Friday about the whole Virgil Ortiz Ennis thing, and De La Hoya saying, "No, Ortiz has options." I don't know if you saw, but there was an article. Fuck, I didn't even save it. But they're talking about how the Goldenberg Promotions seems to be angling itself to do more promotional work, co-promotional work with the PBC. And remember, there were rumors a couple of days ago that the Zone was really putting a lot of pressure on Golden Boy Promotions to make this Ennis versus Ortiz fight happen. De La Hoya, it seems, might be pivoting away from the Zone and towards the PBC. And I got a question. If Ortiz fights Sebastian Fundora, which would be for the lineal undisputed junior middleweight championship, because again, Fundora is number 2 and Ortiz is rated number 1 according to Ring Magazine. Would that still would Ortiz not fighting Ennis? Would that count as a dog still, or?
I believe that Fundora is probably the number 1 guy in the division right now. He's probably the most proven. So
Yeah, it would be for a
I don't
ring.
think fighting that guy would be a duck. I mean, when I think about Ennis versus Ortiz, the way I look at it, why I know that fight's not happening is because, all right, so these two guys, they think that they are more than they are right now, right? Neither of them is on the pound for pound list. Neither of them is a champion at the weight class they're in. So if the winner of this fight, what do they do next? They get a title shot, maybe, right? This is It's not meaningless, but it's just a fight for the fans. It's not going to be anything historic, or there's not going to be no weight on the winner of this fight for their legacy, right? Other than the name. So that's part of that. That's part of like the main reason why I don't think it's going to happen. And also, yeah, like these guys they think this is some kind of Canelo Crawford fight, you know, and they think they should be paid accordingly. And it's just like, that's not what it is. You got to take a step back and realize that you guys are fighting. You'll be 2 contenders fighting for like a contender, number 1 contender status. And that's it.
Yeah, man. I mean, listen, that's Ortiz has been putting in work in the 154-pound division. So has Fundora, obviously longer than these two guys. Jaron Ennis just recently moved up here, and not for nothing, but this fight could have happened in 2024, and it didn't. So now Ortiz is at 154 pounds. He's put in the work. He's rose to the number 1 position. Fundora, again, by virtue of his adjustments, is at number 2. Maybe these two guys should fight for all the marbles, and then the winner gets Jaron Ennis. But I'll say this, though. De La Hoya's got some goal on him about 60-40. Neither guy deserves 60-40. It should be like what Roy Jones and Bernard, or actually I think it was Bernard Hopkins back in the day, advocating, saying, hey, I want to rematch you, Roy Jones. Let's do 60-40 for the winner. The winner gets the 60%. But I think these fucking promoters don't want to do that. And on top of that, De La Hoya thinking that he can sidle with the PBC and do business. First of all, it goes to show you that despite the fact that the PBC bent him over and worked him out real good when he was in rehab, and they stole all his fighters, or virtually all his fighters, the PBC has outsmarted him before. So for him to think that he's just gonna walk and hey, they're gonna try to screw you over, man. You know the PBC with the Guatemalan snatch away and all these spies in camps and all that. These people, they're almost out of boxing. They're down to like 4 shows per year, but they still manage to survive, and that's because they got the cockroach mentality. You cannot underestimate a cockroach. And De La Hoya is not all that smart. In fact, remember, it's been said that he doesn't really run the company. He's just there as a figurehead, the face, the Golden Boy Promotions. But he's too busy doing his fucking stupid clapback Tuesdays or whatever they are, always he's got a fascination with showing himself naked or near naked, wearing robes and thongs and naked. You know, that Christmas video he did, which was cringe. I'm starting to think that he actually released those photographs 17 years ago with him with the wig and the fishnets. That's what I'm starting to think. Am I crazy in believing that?
I probably love this. I thought he looked real hot.
He probably thought he looked. I don't know. It's just it's weird, man. It's bizarre that this guy's out there showing his near cock all over the place, and then now 60-40. This dude's insane. That's all I got to say about that.
He's like that guy from Silence of the Lambs, you know? Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me.
Yeah, like Buffalo.
Maybe that's just awesome.
Yeah, well, Buffalo Bill. I mean, come on.
Yeah, he likes that type. Hey, that's what he likes. He's earned it.
Well, you know what? Yeah, you got a point, though. He did put in, he did actually, he hit the bag all those years. He went to the Olympics. He won the championship. So he wants to prance around.
He'd be in jail probably, but he's the golden boy.
I wanted to ask something real quick. Sid Boxing in the chat said Sheffield is a dump. Anyone know if Sheffield is indeed a dump, or what's going on here? Why is he downgrading or putting down the Sheffield?
Well, that's where Dalton's from, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's fucking weird. Yeah, but I didn't know. Bucho, what's the Sheffield team? Do they have a team in the Premier League or?
Sheffield United, Sheffield Wednesday. I think that's pretty much. I think
Sheffield United. That's a Premier League or second division or?
No, I think they're in the championship now.
So, but what does that mean? The championship is that? So that's
second division.
Second division. All right. All right. Let's move on here to another fight that took place. Oh, hold on. Anyone else got anything to say about this Dalton Smith versus Matias fight? The aftermath.
I mean, I just thought it was a great fight. I was listening. I thought it was a great fight, but I don't think it was any. Everybody's what I seen on social media. Oh, I picked Dalton. I picked Dalton. I don't think it was a Nostradamus pick. I think Matias always had flaws and holes. I'm not saying that I picked Dalton Smith, but I mean, he had enough. He was decent. And Matias, we had seen the flaws in his game, so I don't think it's a major upset as kind of people are making it out to be. But does this mean Dalton Smith? People are saying he's going to unify and he's going to beat all the other champions. I think he's an underdog versus like Gary Anton Russell. I think he's an underdog especially Tofimo Shakur. Who else is the other champion? If you could help me.
Richardson Hitchens. Do you think he beats?
He's an underdog. Yeah, he's well, I'm just gonna say he's an underdog right now. We gotta see how these things play out. But look, man, what I think Eddie Hearn's gonna milk it. He's gonna get him some gimme fights over in his hometown, and that's just how it's gonna work. Matias, he's done, man. I hear people talking about he's coming back. That guy's not coming back, man. I don't know. Would any of you guys think he's coming back to a championship level?
No.
I think he's a bum. Matias was always a bum for me, and he got exposed that night. Yeah, I always thought he was a bum. I think he was a comfort punching bag.
Wow.
I never liked Matias. I mean, I like Matias in the sense that he's a fighter. He's kind of like Fabio Wardley with less power for his own division. In that sense, I liked him in that sense. But other than that, he's a bum. He's not. Fabio Wardley for, let's say, heavyweight is better, much better than what Matias is for whatever his division he's fighting for, 140. I'm assuming it's 140.
What did you think about the clinching from Dalton?
I mean, yeah, I was wrong. I don't like it. But, I mean, he fought, what it is. People are going to make the excuse that the drugs was the issue. It's not the drugs, bro. He just gets hits too much. That's his style. And eventually that's going to get to anybody, no matter how good your chin is. And that night, he was getting hit with a bunch of shots, delivering one or two, and that was the answer. At the end of the day, his chin gave out. Kabayel, on the other end, I am very unimpressed by Kabayel. I mean, what I saw from Kabayel, bro, that was damn shame, bro. He grabbed the guy behind the neck and then uppercutted him a couple times just to get him out because he was getting outboxed.
Like Lennox.
He was getting outboxed.
Well, that brings us to the next fight. That brings us to the next fight here on the docket. Agit Kabayel remains undefeated by stopping the equally undefeated Damian Knyba from Poland. It was an interesting fight. Knyba started out well in the first round, catching Kabayel with some good rights, uppercuts, and I actually thought when I was watching the fight, I said, "Oh boy, I think Kabayel's about to go down if he continues this way." But then he just turned it up another notch, overhand rights, body shots, and he ended up stopping
he
the 6
landed
foot.
after he hurt him, BDA. After he hurt him with that behind the head grab and an uppercut, he hurt him, and then he started following up with shots. He was getting embarrassed. I mean, it goes to show you, guys like Usyk or Fury would school the shit out of Kabayel. He's not what he's out cut out to be, where they're hyping him up to be. He's good, but he's not that guy.
Well, let me just finish. Well, first of all,
I think Fabio probably would knock him out on, but even with him being as open as he is, it'll be a great fight with Fabio, but he'll knock him out. Because he showed weakness in this fight in 3 rounds, man. I saw weakness. I saw him get hurt, and I thought the stoppage was early. I think that guy had a lot more in the tank, and they didn't want him to get exposed. I mean, they were seeing Kabayel getting exposed. I don't know the other guy. I don't know that other dude, but he was exposing the shit out of him.
All right. First of all, I appreciate you jumping on the show and giving us your thoughts. Always appreciate that. But the salty language on a Sunday show, it has to at least come down to an acceptable minimum because you're overdoing it a little bit. Second of all,
shut up.
No, you don't need to shut up. But let me just say this: I did see Kabayel holding behind the head. By the way, the article here describes the crowd as a raucous crowd, and that's an apropos term right there because the crowd was insane. I can't remember. Even the Brits aren't that wild. These people, every time Kabayel would land a body shot, these people, it sounded like a Turkish boxing match, which brings me to the fact that, or what I wanted to mention was, I think Gypsy's not being completely...
He was like Armenian.
No. Well, that's what some people say, but you can. I know Turkish people, and this dude, I can smell him from a mile away, and I think that's why. I think that's why Gypsy's not being honest here because he's Armenian DNA. It's a visceral reaction. He's looking at Kabayel.
That fool's Armenian, BDA. That fool's bloodline is Armenian. Kabayel, I would actually prefer that he did a good job, but that is not what I wanted to see.
He was holding
those are illegal blows, and he did it multiple times. And the dude, I would prefer him beating up that German. That's for sure. I would prefer that. I would prefer him just whooping him the right way, not getting an early stoppage. That's not really a genuine stoppage when there's 36 seconds left on the clock, and the guy's still there and he's still exchanging with you, and the ref steps in. That is just gross. That I don't like that. Unlike Fabio, who had fucking 2 minutes and is still hurting the shit out of Parker. 2 minutes on.
All right, what's with the language, please? The language. And by the way, I'm sharing the screen here and I'm showing a picture of Kabayel. That's the face. Okay, be honest. What do you feel when you see that face coming at you? Does your DNA, does it trigger something in your DNA? Does it flare up?
I don't hate that guy. I never hate Kabayel. Bro, I picked Kabayel to beat up on, what does he call it? I didn't know who he was with Magmadov. I found out, man, this guy got skill, and I picked him to knock out fucking Jilly Zhang. If I told you that
Kabayel has a Young Turk tattoo on his arm, would that make you hate him or?
Well, he's a fucking idiot. I mean, there's a lot of brainwashed people out there, that doesn't mean anything.
All right.
So wait, hold on.
That doesn't mean anything.
Because of this performance,
it doesn't change anything. Let's say, for example, Tyson Fury hates Armenians. Does that make any difference that I like Tyson Fury or not? No, it's still going to change nothing. I still like Tyson Fury because I like how he boxes.
Gypsy, are you saying Kabayel is overrated now?
I'm not saying he's overrated, bro. I think he, with the guy that in a way he's overrated, but not in the sense of like styles make fights. And let's say a guy like Usyk would school the shit out of him. That's what I'm saying. A guy like Fury would school the shit out of him. Those guys.
So he's overrated because a lot of people are saying that they want to see this Usyk fight. They think that's the toughest fight for Usyk, but you're saying it's going to be an easy night for Usyk, right?
It's not going to be easy night in the sense of because of the fact that this guy that he was fighting was a tall, fast-handed, quick dude that didn't get a fair shake. Usyk is a shorter guy who is going to make it's going to be more difficult for him to get to the body. It's going to be more difficult. It's not going to be more easier to get for him to the body for Usyk and stuff like that. So, but Usyk is still since he's the better boxer and a much better boxer than the guy that he was fighting, he's going to figure him out and he's going to, I'm not going to say he stop him. No, he's going to get to the decision. Like I predicted before too. I think he's going to get a decision, but it's going to be UD and it's going to be obvious who won that fight. And it's the same thing with Fury. If he fought Fury, it's going to be the same thing. Same scenario. Actually, even easier for Fury because Fury has a longer reach and harder for him to get through. Has got to take a lot more chances. And Fury actually taught this guy a few lessons. Kabayel,
All right,
few
let me
things before he got
get sober.
recognized by
Let me
everybody.
ask Sober something, because we were talking about this on Fight Week about a growing sentiment among boxing fans that perhaps Kabayel's 3 victories over at Riyadh season were sort of overrating him a little bit. Sober, if you're there, what did you make of this last performance here from Kabayel? Does that sort of prove that he might have been a little bit
To
overrated?
be honest, I did not get to catch it. I did not get to catch it.
So we're
That's
gonna
one part
kick
I
you
missed.
out for the moment.
But
We're gonna kick you out. And,
I seen the guy he's fighting was like 6'7", right?
uh-huh.
So I mean that's a tall order for anybody, right?
Oh, tall
Yeah,
order.
maybe it was just a one bad performance. And
It wasn't
people
even a
already
bad
crucified
performance. It
him.
was a bad round.
Well, according to Gypsy, it was
It
a
was a
terrible
bad performance, bro.
Like,
It was a bad performance. Anyways, I'll maybe come jump back in if you guys are gonna be around.
yeah, all right.
All right.
See
All right,
ya.
bro.
We'll try to be out
Get outta
before you
here.
return. I'm kidding, obviously. But yeah, so Agit Kabayel ends up winning by 3rd round stoppage. Again, the crowd was certainly behind him. I think there were this report says 12,000 strong. The Yahoo report said it was 13,000. So let's go down the middle and say 12.5 thousand people there. Nevertheless, that's a lot of people. I think he's got some star power over there in Germany. And he said something along the lines of he doesn't want to fight any more unproven, undefeated guys. Like, he's not interested in Moses Aitama and those type of guys. He wants the big names. He says, I waited so long for this title shot. Last time I beat 3 monsters in Riyadh season. Give me the world title fight. I am ready to go. Let's go, he said. So he wants Usyk. He says, yes, of course, let's do it. We're ready. Come on, he said. So he turned into Arnold Schwarzenegger after this fight. Come on, do it. The other thing is he mentioned Fabio Wardley. So now I'm gonna ask you fellas, who wins this Kabayel versus Wardley fight?
Ooh, that was good.
Whoa. Okay, who's the better boxer, technically speaking?
I think
Kabayel.
Kabayel. Better fundamentals.
Now, what I'm seeing, I think I posted I did a poll, and some people were saying, oh, Kabayel, he's the most skilled boxer in there. But they were like saying, oh, but Fabio Wardley always finds a way to win a fight. And this is what, his promoter was saying in the Parker, or his manager was saying in that Parker press conference. Yeah, sure, Parker has all this experience, but Fabio always finds a way to win, and it's true apparently. So, but I think at some point, that thing that that idea that he can always find a way to win, it's gonna stop at some point when he fights somebody like that's gonna take him seriously. I don't think Parker did take Fabio seriously. I think he was out of shape, and he was, he's not like he was completely losing that fight. I think he just got tired. He was out of shape, and he took Fabio lightly. But Kabayel won't do
The
that.
stoppage was bad. Because I remember, whenever when the fight first happened, I was like, he's letting this dude swing like him on crazy. But then I started watching. I watched the stoppage again. He dodged. He threw like 20 punches and he landed like maybe 2 cleanly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So even the stoppage is controversial, right? So, I think Kabayel wins this fight. I think this is where the Fabio Wardley train stops.
Hey, by the way, we're 2 likes away from 50, so we can open up the phone lines. And I mean, I don't know, it's stuck at 48. 2 more people hit that like. All you got to do is click it. It takes 2 seconds, and we can open up the phone lines. Don't leave us in limbo here in the nether realm. Let's go. 2 more people. Like Kabayel said, let's go. Come on.
2 more likes.
2 more likes. We can open up the phone lines. Come on. Hey, Food TV, by the way, he's in the chat, and I see you in the chat there, Fu. You got to jump on, man. What are you doing? I see you there. Jump on. All right, there you go. 53 likes, so we can open up the phone lines. Who would?
Nice.
Let me ask you guys.
Perfect.
How about Kabayel versus Dubois?
I would like that one too. That'd be a good fight. I think I would favor Kabayel just because he's shown, I think, a little more grit. He got a little more. He's tougher. Dubois is a big, strong, silverback looking motherfucker, but he has a little heart.
Yeah,
he has a tiny little heart. You know what I'm saying?
Tiny heart. As soon as things don't go his way, that tiny heart it gets exposed.
The tiny
like the cowardly lion.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a tiny heart and a tiny brain. Did you see him partying before the Usyk fight? He's surrounded by people. He's just sitting there smiling, looking at the camera, goofy smiling. Like, what the fuck was he doing?
He's not a bad
A
boxer.
bunch of men in the room. That was weird. That was the weirdest party ever. Everyone was drinking water. What the fuck?
Who knows what was in that water?
Oh
Right.
boy. I don't know, but I think I saw Dalton Smith's trainer there. And that's when I said, oh boy. And now in hindsight, I'm looking at that. Something like, I think it was more like a Diddy party and not a Dubois party. But I'll say this, man. With Dubois, anybody not named Usyk, I'm giving him a chance to beat him. I will not write this guy off, even after the Usyk rematch loss, because he's a big dude. He's uncharacteristically quick for a guy his size. And so, yeah, I don't think I can pick against him. That's my take right there.
Dubois? You were saying you would favor Dubois against Kabayel?
No, well, actually, no. I would favor Kabayel, but I wouldn't write off Dubois. It's kind of like this Dalton Smith versus Matias fight. I'm not.
Right.
I didn't pick Dalton Smith, but I'm not surprised he won. It was like a 45,
Right.
60-40 type of fight. No, not even that.
In the chat,
yeah.
In the chat, Lil Mac says Kabayel versus El Gordito without a fight. I think he's referring to Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz, but I mean Andy Ruiz. When was the last time this guy fought?
Andy Ruiz last time he fought was Jarrell Miller, so no, that wouldn't be a good fight for him at all. It'd probably be a good fight for Kabayel. You know, but
Yeah.
I mean, what would that do for him though? Beating Ruiz, that's not what he's. If we're listening to what he said, that's not what he's looking for, right?
Oh no, for sure. No, yeah, you're right. No. It's like a step back. No, this guy wants a title shot. I mean, I shot at Usyk, the real champion.
Right.
So
I think
Yeah,
Wardley versus Kabayel would be good, and so would Kabayel versus Dubois.
yeah.
Then we'll really see his level, right?
But what did Kabayel say after the fight? Because I stopped watching. Oh, you didn't watch the fight. In the
He said
chat, what did
gypsy-
he say?
he said had a message for our minions, including the Gypsy King, that he was going to finish the work his forefather started.
I mean,
No, like I imagine he wants a title shot against Usyk. I think that's the only fight he wants. Actually, there's an article that talked about what he wanted. Shit, I sent it to BDA. I don't have it.
oh yeah, no.
I don't know what it
Hold on, yeah. Agit Kabayel reveals the 2 fights he wants and the one he doesn't. The fuck sounds like a Teen Beat article or something. Who's hot, who's not? Unbeaten 2 division. Oh, what the fuck? I lost it. Okay, WBC interim heavyweight champion Kabayel has outlined his championship ambitions over Knyba. He wants, however, he explicitly ruled out a bout against the returning Tyson Fury. So he called out Usyk
He's ducking.
and Wardley. Well, actually, you know what? That's not a bad point there, Bucho, because look, he says he's citing their close friendship and Fury's past support, and he said, Fury is my brother. I'm not interested.
Oh, wow.
What's this whole thing of my brother? You're not blood
I don't
brothers.
accept that shit.
Keyshawn Davis and Shakur Stevenson, now Kabayel and Fury. Nah, you two are 2 fat guys or near fat guys. You're gonna fight. Guess what? You're fighting. You don't like it, get
Fatties.
out of the sport.
Sounds like Kabayel's getting his ass whooped by Tyson Fury. You don't want to, cross that line.
Mm-hmm. You know what? That's what it sounds like to
Same
me.
thing with Shakur Stevenson saying he don't want to fight Keyshawn Davis.
That's what it
Sounds
sounds like to
Davis
me.
gives him beaters.
Sounds like that's what it sounds. And you know what? Remember what Tofimo Lopez told Shakur Stevenson when they were in the Versace temple? Remember that? He said, I already know the play. You think you're going to win the title, and then you're going to give it to Keyshawn, then you're going to move up to what? And then as soon as he started outlining the plan, Shakur Stevenson interrupted, he started cursing. There was like this like white foam coming out of his mouth. It was weird. It's almost like he says, shit,
His
they
eyes
got
started
me.
bugging out like showbiz.
Ah, come on.
He was gripping his fingers were digging into the seats, the armchairs of the seat.
So who's Kabayel want to fight then?
He doesn't want to fight Fury. He said Wardley and Usyk.
Okay, but Wardley and Usyk. Okay, so he's going with Wardley for what, the money? Oh wait, Wardley has a belt now, right? I don't even fucking know.
Excuse me.
So yeah, he wants a belt, money. Obviously, a Wardley fight would be a lot of money there involved, and then the Usyk fight. I feel like Usyk's gonna retire. after Wilder. Why
Yeah,
is he
why
taking
not?
this fight? Why yeah, exactly. Well, I feel like he's just taking this fight with this Wilder fight just for a paycheck and then bounce.
Well, listen, we'll get to that because I'm trying to figure this out. What's the plan for Kabayel? But in the meantime, we got a phone call here, so let's get down to it. The phone lines are open, people. You got us to 50 likes, over 50 likes. So let's take a phone call here. Let's go to 929. 929, you're on the air. 929. What's on your mind?
Yo, you said what's my name?
Now, what's on your mind?
Oh yeah. I think heavyweight division is cool right now, but Usyk is on his way out the door. Kabayel, his only real challenge is Usyk or Talma, but he's too young. I feel like Fury poses a challenge, but he wins, and everybody else he beats them, he cooks them. So, yeah, that's what I got as far as him and heavyweight. But yeah, Usyk said he's not fighting at Talma. Usyk is probably just gonna fight Wilder and two more. Probably Kabayel, but again, Kabayel loses that fight easy versus Usyk.
Hey, caller.
So nobody beats Usyk.
Do you like the Usyk Wilder fight?
Heck no, bro. Oh, that's a horrible fight, man. That's a piss poor fight.
Piss poor.
But you know, it's
an amazing match.
It's what Usyk wants. So yeah, it's what Usyk wants. So we're gonna have to take it, and he deserved it. He definitely deserved it. But it's a horrible fight.
What's this whole thing about Kabayel saying he doesn't want to fight Fury because he's his, and I quote, his brother? What's that about?
Yeah, I heard you earlier. You said they two fat guys that just need to fight and all of that bull crap. I don't know, man. I think it's kind of reasonable with like Keyshawn and Shakur, but with Fury and Kabayel, man, they can't be that close, man. Fury and Kabayel can't be that close. They got to get it on, bro. I know they probably spar together, eat lunch together, and they got all fruity tooty, but they gotta get in that ring, man. And I think that's a great fight too. I think that's like Kabayel's only challenge next to Usyk or Talma.
That's a great nickname, by the way, Key Short.
That'd be a hard. Yeah, Key Short, right? Oh man, look at that. That's how I feel about them too. Sometimes, man, they a little weird with that quote unquote brotherhood stuff.
There's something
That's
weird going on.
That's a great way to name a couple like Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. It was Bradgelina. So we got Shakur and Keyshawn.
Exactly. Yeah.
Kishore.
Yeah. I mean,
there's a new couple.
If we are talking about that's a really good fight. I mean, all right, let's transition to Shakur Tio, right? 'Cause I think Shakur is gonna fill out really good at 140, and now we're talking about like size and stuff. 'Cause I think Keyshawn's gonna get past Jermaine. It might not be that easy, but he's gonna get past Jermaine. Right, and these dudes are getting big. They're gonna keep matching up. Shakur and Key are gonna keep matching up as far as weight and size, and they're gonna have to fight. And I think that's an amazing fight too, man. That's gonna be inevitable in the next 3 to 4 years.
So that's the timeline you
but
see.
Yeah, this brotherhood stuff is kind of it. Yeah, that's the timeline I see. Maybe 5 years, maybe 5. But
all right. Well, listen.
Not even. I think it'll happen sooner. It's like it's inevitable. It's two trains that are about to collide, and they've been on the same track, and they can't stop. So,
well, we shall see. We shall see.
You can't dodge someone forever.
I'm predicting they will end up fighting. There's going to be a rift between the two, probably involving a woman or maybe a guy. You never know with these guys anymore. And yeah, I think they're going to get pissed off at one another.
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to get pissed off at one another,
exactly.
and they
no,
will.
Something going to make. Yeah.
I got you.
Nah, something going to make them fight, though, man. I'm not going to like wish bad on them. You know, turmoil happens in any friendship, but they going to eventually fight. It's boxing. Like, come on.
We'll see, man. We will see.
Yeah, that's my take on that.
All right. Well, listen, we got to move on here, caller. But thank you for your call, and call back next time.
Yep.
Take it easy out there.
All right. Yep.
That was a good call right there. He gave us a good. Yeah. So what do we? Shakur Stevenson plus Keyshawn Davis. If they're a couple, what do we call him? Shaky or Sean? Or somebody got anything better? If anybody's got anything better, let us know. Don't forget to call.
I Short.
What?
Kishore, my bad.
Kishore. Oh yeah, that's a good. Oh yeah, that sounds like a robot. Kishore. That's a good one. Gonna write it down. So yeah, don't forget to call in. The phone lines are open. Make sure to call in. Hit the like, subscribe if you've yet to do so already. And that's what we got so far. So yeah, Usyk. Kabayel versus Fabio Wardley. Whenever I hear about that fight or imagine it, I still remember Huni pressing, whatchamacallit, Wardley, outworking him, busting him up on the inside. And I think Kabayel can do something similar. And I remember somebody was saying that, oh yeah, but Kabayel, how good is he? Because, Zhilei Zhang dropped him. And he's been dropped in another fight before, prior to that. And I said, okay, yeah, I understand that getting dropped, that's a big no-no, right? And normally I do criticize people for getting dropped, but when it's a case like Joe Calzaghe or Naoya Inoue, where they get dropped early and then they come back and wipe the floor with their opponents, it is almost always an indication of, hey, you got careless, and then once you stepped it up, the guy couldn't do anything with you or couldn't replicate the early success. Kabayel getting dropped by Zhilei Zhang, I don't think it's that big a deal. I mean, not that it's not a big a deal, but what I'm saying is I don't think it's that the big flaw on Kabayel. Like, oh shit. If he would have gotten dropped by, what's a guy that can crack in the heavyweight division? Like a Chris Bird type of guy, and he gets hurt bad by that, then I'd be okay. What's going on here? Something's going on. But getting dropped by a 6 feet 6 inch tall, almost 300-pound guy in Zhilei Zhang who can crack. I mean, the guy dropped Parker. And he dropped him twice. And let's not forget, Fabio Wardley, we're all talking about his power and blah, blah, blah. He never dropped Parker. He had him on the ropes, couldn't put him down. Zhilei Zhang did. So, yeah, it's not a good look getting dropped. But again, is it as bad or as egregious as any other fighter under other circumstances getting dropped by other opponents? I don't think so. Not that much. So we'll see what happens there between Kabayel and Wardley. Interestingly enough, too, Junto Nakatani, as it was reported rather, a couple of days ago, the Nakatani versus Naoya Inoue fight is set for May the 2nd, although that fight's lost some luster based off of Nakatani's struggle against Angel Hernandez. Was that his name, Angel? Hernandez. I'm just going to call him. I don't know these guys' first names. But Rudy Hernandez, the Spartan trainer for Nakatani, and he's been with him since 2013, I believe. He's had some comments to make about this potential Inoue fight, or this Inoue fight, right? He says, we have to be way better on fight night when we fight Inoue. There are certain things that we can work on, and hopefully it works in our favor, Hernandez told the ring. I don't know if people are seeing this as a 50-50 fight or 60-40 or 70-30, but we have to be better than Inoue. We have to find a way to beat him. We're not looking to run. We're looking to win. So that certainly is encouraging that they're not looking to run. I don't think that would necessarily work against Naoya Inoue. But I got more to say about this, and Hernandez had more to say as well. But we got to go to the phone lines here. Let's go to 323. 323, you're on the air. 323, what's on your mind?
What's going on, you guys?
Oh.
I think all bets are off when it comes. Yeah. I think all bets are off when it comes to heavyweights. I mean, if you get dropped as a heavyweight, so what? I mean, I can let that go because you're getting hit by some substantially bigger, and you can get hurt. So it's just about how you recover.
Right.
As a heavyweight, I've never been that critical of heavyweights getting dropped. I've seen some amazing things over the years, and the recovery is the most important thing. If you can recover well as a heavyweight, and you can mop the floor with the guy, or even finish with a close fight, or even end up knocking the guy out, whoever you're fighting. That just proves how elite you are, because a lot of guys have been dropped. So we've seen it many times. So I'm not really critical. When it comes to the lighter weight guys, though, it's entertainment, but yeah, it's just like, I think it's kind of the you can keep those criticisms going. In some cases, when the guys, if you have a lighter guy moving up in weight, and he starts getting dropped a little bit more than, like you said earlier, like being careless and all that. But yeah, I can be a lot more critical about that. Like yesterday's fight, that was. I mean, Matias doesn't have. Subriel doesn't have great defense, and he's never been known as a defense artist at all. Guy's been getting hit clean almost the entire time I've seen him fight. So I'm not going to say I was shocked or anything. You know, I'm not surprised. The guy gets hit a lot, but I don't know if he's kind of punching his ticket now, because he does take a lot of punishment in fights. And it doesn't matter who he's fighting, he's going to get punished. He gets punished, and even if he wins, he gets punished. So I don't know if it's going to start catching up to him now, and you know. But that was exciting.
Let me ask you that.
I thought it was fun to watch. Yeah.
Yeah, as a Puerto Rican who's masquerading as a Mexican, how disappointed were you that Matias lost, especially in the way in which he lost? Because he, like Bucho said, he wasn't keeping his hands up. This fucking guy was in the mid-range with his hands down. What's that about?
I mean, if I was his coach, listen, if I'm coaching the guy that's going to fight Subriel, he doesn't have the best defense. I mean, you can exploit this dude right away. All you have to do is you have to mind your defense, because what's coming at you is going to be hard. But if you start breaking this guy down, you know, it's not going to take much. All it takes is just a little more skill than what he's got, and he's more of a pressure guy, not the most skilled pressure guy either. But I mean, I was on the hype train with Subriel for a while. That was maybe a couple of years ago, and I thought he was going to be the future of 140. I was thinking, like, this is the guy. This is the guy at 140. He's going to be the unstoppable one. And you know, I seldomly have those thoughts about any fighters, anymore. Even Inoue, like as great as Inoue is, he fights a lot. And if you fight a lot, you're going to run into some trouble here. Like it's not as safe as keeping a guy away and having him shoving him for a half a year or the entire year and bringing him out for one fight a year. If you're going to fight 3 or 4 times a year, you run the risk of getting beat, because A, the camps are hard. B, the punishment on your body. Even though you win, you're still, listen, he went the distance twice already in the last 4 years, and the last year, right? Those knockdowns, that's punishment. So if he repeats the process next year, I guarantee he's going to have some trouble. He might even, I can't guarantee he'll get knocked out, but his body's not going to be the same after this next year if he does another 4 fights.
Yeah, that's true.
So it just depends on, who was saying this? God, I forgot. There was another boxing commentator that was saying that the more you fight, and it's true. I mean, the guys back in the day, they had losses, but those fucking guys fought like 9 times a year. Are you going to have a fucking loss? And nobody cared. You were still great. Now, we've had this argument before. Nowadays, a guy that fights once a year, he loses once and it's over.
Well, yeah, but that, like you said, it's because they only fight twice. So if you only fight twice and you have
they only fight one loss, and BDA, not even that. It's like they fight once a year, bro. It's
I think Sugar Ray Robinson, when he lost to Randy Turpin, I think that was like that 6th, 7th fight of the year he'd had. So he was exhausted by then. And then when they finally fought for the real championship, because that was a non-title fight, then when it matters, he whooped his ass. So, yeah, I mean, these dudes, they got to start fighting more often. But I don't think we're going to see it anytime soon.
Well, you know what? With Zuffa, I mean, I don't think Zuffa's going to completely take over boxing or anything. Like, that's not going to happen. And if it does, it won't happen for a very long time. But hopefully, with something like Zuffa, the fighters will be more active, and we'll get more fights, and we'll be able to see a guy fight 4 times a year, multiple guys fight 4 times a year, and That's what I want to see. And I had another question about it. I was thinking about this the other day. I thought to myself, listen, the guys nowadays are not as popular as the guys that used to fight. And it's got to be one of a few factors. So we don't have a terrestrial network. They're not being seen all over the place. Nobody knows who they are. And back then, when they had a terrestrial network, they fought all the time, so you would always see them. You'd always see them in one weight class. You would see them dominate. You would see them win, and you would see them come back. And people really like those comeback stories in fighting. Nowadays, they don't fight enough, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that you have so many networks, you have so many back-end deals, and sides of the street, and all that other nonsense. But could the guys of these days be as good as the guys that came before?
Well, this
is kind of a discussion.
That's a good question. I do have to move on here, though. We got to move on here, but I'm gonna address that when we get you off the air here, right, man? But
because if you had the guys of nowadays fight like they used to, we could see guys emerge as stars. And even if they had losses, no one would care as long as they would come back.
Exactly.
It's not like skill just got lost and people forgot about how to coach and how to breed fighters. You know what I'm saying?
There's a bunch of factors to that. Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, those were just kind of like some debates we were having at the gym the other day, and how like this all came because of Zuffa and all that stuff. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.
All right, take it easy, Don Madrazos. Thank you for your call, man. Have a good one out there. Yeah, that was Don Madrazos right there. But yeah, that's a good point. First of all, he's having debates at the gym. How about you work out at the gym? How about you start off doing that? That's number one. Number two, he made a good point about the terrestrial. Look, terrestrial television, nobody pays, or I shouldn't say nobody. We were talking about that in the before last episode where I brought up a report that states that nowadays, millennials and Generation Z, more than any other group, they're on the a la carte, the streamer platform. They go to different streaming platforms to get their content, and they get it whenever they want, when they want, how they want. That's the new thing. Whereas people like Boomers and Generation X, they're the ones that grew up television, cable, commercials every 5 minutes. They're still on that. But most everybody else has cut the cord, and they're going with applications now. So terrestrial television, forget about it. If you put a boxer in terrestrial television right now, I don't even think they become that famous. Because I don't think, the young people aren't watching TV anymore. They're on the platform, on the apps, they're on social media, and that's the other problem too. I've said it numerous times. When Benavides and Caleb Plant were going to fight in 2023, somebody posted on the Discord, oh, look at all the views they did for that preview show from Showtime, which posted it on their YouTube page, and it had like 1 million views, I think. And I remember saying that this is not indicative of how many pay-per-views are going to be bought. And sure enough, the pay-per-view flopped. Because right now, television and the internet are still two completely different things. Maybe one day you'll be able to merge both of them, and if you get a lot of views on YouTube, that means you would get as many views on pay-per-view. But until then, the correlation just doesn't work out all the time anymore, or so at this point. And so that's what I wanted to cover on that issue, the points that Don Madrazos brought forward. So yeah, don't forget to hit the like. I'm going to leave the phone lines open for a couple more minutes. If nobody calls in within the next 5 minutes, we're going to close them. But as we were talking about in regards to Inoue versus Nakatani. So Rudy Hernandez was talking about that fight, talking about how they definitely need to improve based from their last fight if they want to beat Inoue. But then he had this to say. It's interesting. He said, we have to be way better than on fight night when we fight Inoue. There's certain things that we can work on, and hopefully it works in our favor. I don't know if people... Oh, no, I already read that. He said, Sebastian Hernandez and Naoya Inoue are two completely different styles for Junto. Inoue is not as big or fresh as Sebastian. But don't get me wrong, I still think Inoue is the best fighter in the world and the number one pound-for-pound fighter. He's still on top of his game. He's one of the most consistent champions in boxing history. He's still making history, and he's not even old yet at 32. Junto had the fight of his life. Inoue is a special fighter, but so is Junto. And in his last fight, Junto showed that he doesn't crumble and he fights until the end. I'm not even thinking about Junto catching Inoue and dropping him so that he can be beaten. We can't be predictable, or else we'll time and catch Junto, or he'll time and catch Junto. And when Inoue hits you, he's a pretty solid puncher. I don't see a knockout for Junto, but I think we'll beat Inoue by decision. Guys, what do you think about that? Has this fight lost a little luster for you, or do you still think Junto versus Nakatani versus Inoue is a mega fight? Somebody let me know.
Well, it's a mega fight, right? It's a mega fight in Japan. It's going to be the biggest fight in their history. So, yeah, it's a mega fight. But for us over here, yeah, I mean, a lot of people felt he lost. So I think it lost some luster because people felt he lost. But for them, it don't matter. I mean, they're going to get paid millions and millions of dollars, and it's going to be a mega event in Japan. So I don't think they care.
He brought up a good point, Rudy Hernandez, about how the fight's lost a little luster now because Nakatani struggled against Hernandez. But I mean, Hernandez is a completely different fighter from Inoue. He's slower, but he's more committed to coming forward. He's got a high guard. He's more of a volume puncher than anything. So, yeah, for anybody thinking, well, based off of this, Inoue beats him, Inoue is going to be fighting him from long range. And not for nothing, but Nakatani so far has not been beaten from long range. He has had trouble with guys. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, Hernandez gave him a tough fight. Who else gave him a tough fight? El Chihuas Rodriguez gave him a tough fight. And he's a come forward guy, a slugger. What was the other guy's name? Campa? I forget. He was a guy that was trained by, I think he was trained by Nacho Berenstein. He gave him trouble insofar as he made it a distance. But right now, the guys who give Nakatani trouble are the guys that come forward. Now, that doesn't mean that he can't be outboxed, especially by the guy that many consider to be the number one guy in the world, in Naoya Inoue. But yeah, I still think Nakatani is going to come in here sharp. He has to. He has no other choice. So he's still going to be a formidable foe for Inoue. I still believe that. Do I think Inoue takes him out or makes it look easy? I don't know. I don't think so. It's a very demanding fight for Inoue. He's fighting a tall guy. And let's not kid ourselves here either. Picasso, he couldn't take Picasso out. And maybe Picasso is going to prove to be better than we thought. Maybe that win is going to age well for Inoue, or it might not. The point is, he took on a tall guy, and maybe that height gave him problems. And guess what? Nakatani is a tall guy too. So you never know.
You know, BDA, a lot of Nakatani's opponents, a lot of his wins have aged well. Vincent Astrolabia went on to become WBO champion. Andrew Maloney went back on and become a champion after being knocked out. So, you know, some of his wins age well, but I mean, against Hernandez, he looked terrible, man. Against a pressure fighter, someone coming forward. I didn't see that Nakatani that was hurt. He just couldn't hurt him. Mm-hmm. And Hernandez just walked him down.
That's true. That's true, Carl. I mean, it was not a good look for Nakatani. Then again, like Rudy Hernandez said, he did show grit in that fight. He didn't capitulate. He didn't crumble. He kept on fighting. He eked out a decision. So we shall see what happens. And by the way, Astrolabio is another guy that I liked because he beat Guillermo Rigondeaux and I think pretty much retired him. Him and the pressure cooker. Those two things ended up retiring Guillermo Rigondeaux. So let's give a big round of applause to Astrolabio and the faulty pressure cookers all over the world. Don't forget to hit the like, fellas. Go ahead, Cole. Go ahead.
Sorry, bro. I'm a bit concerned about Nakatani, if I'm honest, because that fight, like, to me, the only way you're going to take a guy, going to stop a guy coming forward is you've got to hit the body. Nakatani just did not do it. There was zero body work in that fight. He was just headhunting. And Hernandez was catching him, man, and nearly closed that right eye of his. Well, it did close it.
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
That Nakatani that fought that fight, man, like, shout out to Hernandez, man. He took him off his game plan, and, yeah, I think Nakatani hit the panic button and, yeah, tried blowing him out with just headhunting, and it failed miserably. I thought Hernandez won.
Just to be fair, though, I mean, you know, people are questioning the Sebastian. I think Paulie Malignaggi was questioning him, thinking he's on the juice. And that guy, Logan, was a way tougher opponent than Picasso. Inoue might have struggled. We've seen him struggle before. He might have struggled against Logan Hernandez. So, I mean, he was just in with a tough guy. That don't mean, huh?
Logan Hernandez?
Yeah, that's his nickname. That's what people
Okay,
call
okay.
him.
That's a cool ass nickname. Sounds like
But
a soldier.
Logan,
Yeah, you never know, man. You're right. He could have struggled. Maybe Inoue would have struggled against. Although Inoue does well against guys like I said who just put up the guard. He can bust through that. But you
no,
never know.
what I'm saying is he had the tougher opponent. I mean, that guy was big. He was massive. He didn't
Right.
stop. I mean, he threw 1,000 punches. And Inoue looked unbeatable against Picasso. But if you ask me, I'm like, look, the guy had the tougher opponent.
That's right.
So
And by the way,
I'm just saying it. Go ahead.
Gonzalo and I talked about that, about Hernandez being a tough opponent or potentially tough opponent. So if you saw this guy fight before, you knew that, yeah, unless Nakatani takes him out early, this guy's going to stick around and he's going to be trouble. By the way,
look, man, I'm not counting Nakatani out. I think Nakatani out against Inoue. I mean, he's obviously going to be the underdog, but it's just recency, right? They got 5 months to recover, and they're going to build this fight up, and it'll be a mega event.
That's right. That's right. Let me go to a phone call here real quick, and then we'll come back to the panel here. Don't forget to hit the like, really helps us out. Let's go to 210. 210, you're on the air. 210, what's on your mind?
What up, fellas? It's Southpaw down here in San Antonio, Texas.
Hey, Southpaw, hold on. You sound very low. Are you on the Bluetooth?
Yeah, how about now?
All right, yeah, and because I could hear myself in the background too, so if you could lower the stream there.
Okay. Yeah, how about... Yeah, I got you off now. How about now?
Now it sounds better, man. What's up?
Yeah, no, just enjoying some chatter from the boxing peoples, but yeah, man, it's a lot of different things going on, man. It's funny hearing somebody brought up Paulo Malignaggi saying somebody's on the juice, man. He's the last guy who should be talking about anybody because he accused Marquez of being on the juice versus Pacquiao, which I agree with, and then he goes ahead and hires Memo Heredia, and then now every other fight he's out. Oh man, this guy's on the juice. This guy's on the juice. This guy's on the juice. I'm like, Paulie's is. I mean, once he hired Memo, you kind of lost your card to talk about anything like that. But that's just funny. And I just want to comment. You said something about the O's, and nobody cares about O's anymore, man. The only ones that really do are the boring type fighters like Mayweather, Shakur, Devin. Because their fans are fickle. A lot of their fans are just fans of theirs because of tribalism and nothing else. So once they lose, yeah, people jump ship. But nobody cares. Like, look at Ryan. Ryan's still like a name. So I don't know. I think that whole narrative is like over exaggerated.
Yeah, I mean, these people are obsessed. Some of these guys are obsessed with the O. Devin Haney certainly relies on it for marketing purposes. That's why they're so clingy towards it. But yeah, like Don Madrassos was trying to make the point that back in the day when people fought 5-6 times a year, nobody cared about the loss all that much. But now since they only fight twice a year, you know, think about it. If you lose one fight 1 year, that gives you a 50% success rate in that year, and it's a bad look for these dudes. So if they were fighting more often, the loss wouldn't be as bad.
It's like the Trump effect, man. Like you have things bad happen. It's like what happened in politics, right, with Trump. He does something bad, and what does he do? He buries it with stuff that he just throws out every day. So it's like, yeah, the losses will eventually kind of get forgotten about, and you know, people have the memory of a goldfish these days. So it's like they're not gonna, as long as you're entertaining, man. But I do believe Subriel, maybe it was like that. You know, you can only fight like that so long, but it is kind of a weird situation where Ryan, you know, he got popped for Austrian. The next fight, he looked like shit. This guy gets popped for Austrian. He has to go clean before this fight, and he gets knocked out, and he doesn't look like the monster from before. It's just a weird situation, man. I mean, but I do think a lot of people are gaming the system, but it's just crazy, man. But with Usyk, I don't like the Wilder fight. I don't like that Wilder's getting rewarded again. But if anybody deserves a freebie, it's Usyk. So I'm hoping that he brings it to Vegas or somewhere. He's shopped around for a promoter. I think he wants to come to Vegas. So if that's the case, like, I want to go to Vegas and I want to watch this fight. I want to witness Usyk in the ring live, because he's already I think he's close to retirement. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he retires after he knocks out Wilder. So, and Wilder needs it, man. I think his chick cleaned him out after she divorced him. He said once he started losing, she left him. But yeah, man, so he probably needs the money. But I just want to see Usyk live in person before he calls it a day, because he's a goat. You know, he's an all-time fighter, man. But that's all I got, man. Hopefully we get some better fights, man. It's been kind of like, I don't know. We got some stuff coming up, but I'm not counting on Shakur or Lopez. I think it's going to be a stinker, but I hope I'm wrong. And if anybody won this weekend, it was those fans who got freebies at the Barclays Center, because those tickets weren't selling, so they probably got in for like $10, if not free, to watch a really good fight and a really good knockout. So they're the winners of this weekend.
Yeah, the knock you're talking about, the Smith Matias fight. Yeah, that thing didn't sell well at all.
Yeah, the Matias fight. Yeah, because nobody bought tickets. If you notice, the arena was completely dark because nobody bought tickets to that fight, so they were probably just giving them away. So whoever was there had a good show, man. That fight was fire as long as it lasted. They were going at it. So yeah, I enjoyed the replay. I'm buying the zone.
Anybody else want to add anything to that? No, I thought I heard somebody wanted to go. All right. What the hell is my connection?
I got it. Yeah, it's my connection, but take it easy, man.
All right.
Whoa. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Amok. What's up? I knew I heard somebody say something.
Wilder don't deserve the fight. I will say that. Just because he lost to fucking Parker and then got his ass beat by Chinese Power.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, you're right. He doesn't deserve that fight, but I mean, don't tell that to Sobers. He's really looking forward to that one.
Nah, he don't deserve that fight. Let's be real here. If anybody does,
I deserve that fight. It's not about what he deserves.
He got his ass beat by China number one. And then if anybody deserves it, it's Kabayel.
Caballo? You think Caballo? By the way, do you think Caballo is being overrated a little bit, Amok? Or Kabayel, as some people call him?
Yeah, a bit. But I mean, he's actually put in leg work, even though that last stoppage was a UK stoppage. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking say that. But you getting your ass kicked the China number one and then losing to Parker, how does that give you a fucking title shot?
Well, first of all, the language though, it's. I agree with some of what you're saying, but the language, we gotta watch out here.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. It fucking slipped.
Oh, come on.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, we got the censor thing. Shout out to Chet Collins for his contribution with the super chat. Shout out to Chet Collins, who says, I got a dip. Later, all good conversation. Well, shout out to you, Chet. Thank you for your contribution, and we're happy you're enjoying the conversation. Now, is this working? What the hell? All right. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention here is we got a Roelly Romero video that I want to play, because this dude is he's a bit of a weird character. I think we already knew that, but still, it's still jarring to see him fight or act the way he does. Conor Benn is saying that he wants the next big fight, or as he calls it, a mega fight, and that is a fight against Ryan Garcia. What do you guys think about that?
Speaking about deserving, does he deserve a title shot, a fight against the winner of Garcia versus Barrios?
No, what the fuck has he done at that weight class?
Exactly.
Sorry, BDA, but like honestly, like what has he done in that division?
What has Ryan done to earn a title shot? If we're talking about people earning shots, what the bloody hell has Ryan done?
He's made multiple TikTok dances to deserve that.
Exactly.
And by the way,
right. It'd be funny if Ryan Garcia ends up fighting Conor Benn, two guys that don't deserve a title shot.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that fight makes more sense, to be honest.
It's like two divas.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask about Ryan Garcia. I don't know if he's trolling at this point, because I don't know if you guys saw, but he was doing a lie detector test to prove that he didn't take any Austrian, or that he didn't willingly take any Austrian. I don't know why they started asking him whether he was bi, whether he was gay, whether he liked to suck cock. And the guy answered, they asked him, are you gay? He said no. And the guy doing the test said, let's skip that question. And I don't know, I only saw that short clip.
Are you talking about Mirage?
Well, yeah, substitute Mirage with Ryan Garcia. No, but I mean, I didn't see the rest of the video, so I don't know if then they said, haha, only kidding, psych or whatever. But do you think he's putting on an act now? He's trolling, or what we've been saying for the last 6 years? Is it true? Is this dude, on the spectrum, on the sexual spectrum?
I think he is, but I think some of it is forced. I think they're following the Kim Kardashian blueprint of just being a fucking total degenerate for clout.
I just, I just wish Ryan would put the camera down for 5 minutes. If he took boxing serious, man, that kid could have been anything in boxing, man. His amateur career, his pedigree tells you that he could have been absolutely anything. But I just think he's just taken that social media thing to the next level, man. And you know what? If that's what he wants to do, good on him. Go right ahead.
That's a good point. That's a great point.
I think you're jealous of his dance moves.
What dance moves?
I'm kidding.
But you know what, though?
Definitely jealous.
That's a good point that Carl's making, because, and I've said this before, these dudes that have one foot out the door, and I'm actually mentioned that in a video that we're about to do about Garcia, that these dudes that, think about it, they always say, right, like the Marvin Hagler quote, that it's hard to get out of bed when you're sleeping in silk sheets. He was sleeping in silk sheets before he made it in boxing. He was already big with the social media thing. He was already making good money on that. And in fact, he probably makes more. No, actually, I wouldn't say that. I was going to say he probably makes more outside the ring than with boxing, but I don't think that might be true. But the point is, he's already got one foot out the door. He's got options outside the ring. And when you got options outside the ring, all of a sudden it's easier to cut corners. It's more difficult to go train, because why do you got to go train when you got millions in the bank? And, although I will say, though, doesn't this guy have like 15 kids or something? Like Evander Holyfield? That's a lot of alimony and child support.
And
Ryan?
wife.
I think he only has 2 or something like that.
I
mean,
right.
maybe he does, but as far as I know,
he behaves like he has 15 kids.
Yeah.
No, but it's thanks to social media that he's getting a title shot, though. Right?
That's right.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. It's just a shame, man, because I mean that kid with his following he's got, like, he sells fights, man. That's one thing he does well. He can sell a fight. He can sell a fight up the wazoo. But for the life of me, I just wish he took boxing serious, man, because, with the hand speed and the skill that kid's got, man, he could have been anything. And I think he would have been a world champion by now had he taken the sport serious and not had yes men around him.
Yeah, you're talking as if it's over. Do you think it's over for Ryan Garcia at this point?
I just don't think you can teach an old dog new tricks, mate.
I mean, if he could beat Mario Barrios, then no. And Mario Barrios is beatable. He couldn't even get past an old Manny Pacquiao. So all he has to do, Ryan has to do, is beat this guy, and he's back on top.
All he has to do is that. So you're saying it's going to be an easy night for Ryan Garcia, or?
If Ryan Garcia is training and he fought like he did against Devin Haney, then it's possible. But again, that's what people are questioning. But I'm saying that's all he has to do, and he's a champion. You're going to call him world champion Ryan Garcia.
But what happens if he comes in like he did against Roelly?
Exactly.
Then he's going to lose. But again, I'm just telling you what you guys are asking. He's a super troll. He's mastered trolling.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
How confident are you that he's going to show up for this fight in shape and ready to fight?
I wouldn't bet on it. Not at all.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know. Yeah, I agree with you, but I'm just not. I mean, how can we know, right? How he's going to show up?
But it's about Mario Barrios more than anything. He's not going in against a tough champion. Nobody thinks Mario Barrios is very good.
Yeah, I agree.
You get lucky. With shots like this.
Well, let's not forget that he was supposed to beat Romero.
Yeah.
Ryan Garcia was supposed to beat Romero. What happened there?
Well,
because he
was injured.
My Times Square parlay, Ryan fumbled the bag for me. He was my banker. I thought there's no way in the world Ryan's losing that fight.
I think the guy with the higher rate of the spectrum won that fight. So the better spectrum fighter won that night.
He was definitely on that autistic level. Yeah, definitely.
Both of them, no?
Well, that actually brings us to the second point here. That is Roelly Romero, the guy who beat Ryan Garcia. He hasn't fought yet. Apparently, he was going to get a Pacquiao fight. That ain't happening. So now the question is, where does Roelly Special Ed Romero go? And I don't know if you guys remembered, but a couple of days ago, we talked about Romero farcically saying that he wouldn't fight Devin Haney because he doesn't want to knock him out and then get sued. So we already knew that I think he repeated in this interview. But then check this out. Bucho sent me this video and talking about being on the spectrum, some sort of spectrum. This is Roelly Romero here. Let me play it for you. Hopefully you guys can hear it.
I'd like to face that name, see.
Okay, so asking, hold on, let me rewind.
Devin Haney?
I don't really care.
Is there anybody that you feel like, you know what,
He's from Fight Club.
I'd like to face that skill set. I'd like to face that name, see how it plays out. Nobody, huh? Is Roelly?
I mean, okay, let me rewind that. They asked him, is there anybody you want to fight? And he just stares at the guy, gives him the 1,000-yard stare, and look at his right eye. Well, right eye on our side of the screen. Technically, his left eye. Look at that. Hold on.
Yeah, he might as well put like an eye patch.
Yo, what the?
Got like a pirate thing going on.
Has he been Bucho? Did we get Romero into the BDA Ultra chair or something? What happened? He's acting like he's been BDA Ultra.
Roelly MK Ultra Romero.
Look at his eye. Is that, you know what? In my experience, that can happen because of MK Ultra conditioning, or he's got some sort of brain damage from boxing, probably.
Or his eye. He might have issues with his eye.
Well, then, yeah, from boxing, right?
His retina, yeah.
It's some neurological issues.
Yeah, that too.
And then the voice too.
Something blocking receptors up in that brain box.
He's kind of tricky to like analyze because he is a bit on the spectrum. So
can I just say something? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Did he really beat Ryan Garcia? I mean, nothing happened in that fight other than Roelly Romero dropped Ryan. Then after that, nothing really happened. So I hear some people like talking as if Romero, was some sort of genius in that ring that night, and nothing happened. Like nothing fucking happened.
Bucho, you know what I loved about that Jim Lampley doing the call on that Times Square card was Jim Lampley said, for a place that never sleeps like Times Square, the audience is about to be put to sleep. He was
yeah.
I missed that one, man.
He's never been invited back. He's never been invited back again.
Yeah, he should have.
Classic Jim Lampley.
He really should have. I don't know why they're keeping Jim Lampley away.
He should have called the Canelo fight, the Canelo Crawford fight. But instead they picked who they got Max Kellerman again, who had disappeared for a long time. And then all of a sudden he shows up for that fight. The reward.
Right.
You know what it is? You know what it is? You know what it is, Bucho and BDA is that Jim Lampley won't conform to what they want him to say.
Yeah, not anymore.
Jim Lampley.
He's a mouthpiece a lot of times. He really is kind of a piece of trash. He is.
I don't.
Trash.
It's part of the plan.
I don't know. He called those pretty bang on, and he never got an invite back.
From time to time, he is full of shit.
Oh, by the way, on Lampley.
Yeah.
Isn't the take about? Isn't the take about Roelly Romero that he couldn't speak properly until he was 6 years old or something, or that like he was wearing diapers until he was 8, or what was it? Something he was.
That's right.
I think like 9 or something.
I think it was 18.
Like 9.
I think it was 18.
I would actually debate that and say, how old is he right now?
27, I think, 28.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he has a 9 of a mind.
I'll argue his age right now.
You'll argue his age.
Yeah,
let's Google that. Let's chat GPT it. No, I'm kidding. Roelly Romero
He
is.
stopped wearing diapers at 18.
Oh, he's 30 years old already.
Oh, damn, he's old.
And he's a 3-division world champ, by the way. But okay, so let's keep watching this because.
I thought he was.
Well, who did he beat? What the hell?
Who did he beat?
He beat old man Barroso.
He lost to an 80-year-old guy once. Remember that?
I think he got a strap.
I was gonna ask about that. Like, how come he never got to rematch the Abuelo?
Well, the Abuelo
lost his next fight.
Barroso is preaching in the streets of where's he from? Venezuela, Colombia? I forget. But he's down there preaching in the streets.
I think he was part of the invasion. I think he helped capture Maduro.
Yeah.
I think he's
shot him out of a helicopter.
I think he was part of the Cartel de los Soles.
Oh,
I think he's distributing oil for Trump.
He looks like he cuts up guys with machetes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He just looks that way. Yeah. He's like, I fuck you good.
All right, let's keep watching.
That's what he says when he has the machete in the face. Hey, fuck you.
When you go visit him, when you go visit him in his apartment, there's a woman lying on the bed, and when you say hi to her, she doesn't say hi back. She just stays back in the screen.
She's smoking a cigarette, but like on one of those long like plastic. You put the, you know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean.
It's very, like those long like filters. You put it in the.
Oh, okay, yeah. I know what you mean. Like in the cartoons, yeah.
It's like that guy. It's that
Is
kind
it
of
me
thing.
or his left eyelid look swollen?
That's what I'm telling you. I think it's droopy, like it's
something.
It's
weird.
weak or something.
Oh wait, you're
like
looking at a
David
picture?
Reed.
Yeah, well,
Let's okay.
I'm watching it in 480p.
Yeah.
Kinda
It's
like
asymmetry,
harder.
yeah.
Well, listen to this.
Good,
Listen to
good
this.
asymmetry.
Listen to this. They ask him another question, and the guy is like out of a David Lynch movie or something. Check this out.
You got a feeling.
Oh shit! Hold on, I gotta rewind.
Terence Crawford, brother, just retired. Just what are your thoughts on that? He retired, obviously on top, biggest win of his career against Canelo.
I got a feeling he'll be back.
You got what?
I got a feeling he'll be back. Just got a feeling.
Who would he come back against? Why would a Terence Crawford come back at this point?
I don't know. You got a feeling. When you got a feeling, you just got a feeling, You ever just have a feeling?
Sometimes. Yeah.
You ever just have a feeling?
It's being censored.
Maybe.
The sound's cutting off on Discord.
What's that?
The sound's cutting off on Discord, but I think
Shit,
on
this
YouTube
happens.
it's fine. But
Happens all the time. Yeah, on YouTube it's
Yeah, I
fine,
know.
but
At this point.
I don't know. You got a feeling. When you got a feeling, you just got a feeling, You ever just have a feeling?
anyway, if you're missing it on Discord, the guy asked him, "Do you think Crawford's coming back?" And Romero just takes his time answering, waits for 5 seconds, saying nothing, staying silent, and then he goes, "I don't know, I just got a feeling." And then he starts cocking his head towards his right. He's like, or his left. He goes, "Don't you have a feeling? Don't you ever get a feeling?" It's like he's about to murder the guy or something. He's about to.
feeling. Have you ever had a feeling?
Why does he look like Mr. Potato Head with a beard? It's kind of weird.
Remember there was a girl. Remember remember that the fight against Tank Davis in 2021 fell apart because a woman accused him of that he supposedly shoved his cock down her throat. Now, how do you how do you shove like I'm imagining that he had his flaccid cock and he shoved the flaccid cock down her throat. That's what I'm imagining for some reason.
Yeah, he shoved it.
Yeah, he shoved it. Yeah, he didn't just whip it, nothing. No, he just shoved it.
Yeah.
And he's acting like it.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a feeling?
That's shocking. That's shocking.
Sometimes.
I think that's a bit of CTE.
That's what I'm thinking, Carl. That's what I'm thinking.
You ever just have a feeling?
I think
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. You're a fighter. You maybe have a different look than I do.
I mean, the dude's
Saw that he
insane,
just
man.
blinks one eye.
Yeah, you see this moment right here? This moment is when he thinks he's having a moment right here. Look at it. Look at his face.
Yeah.
It's true, huh? He thinks he's being deep or something.
Yeah.
He looks like Doug. You remember that cartoon?
Philosophical right now.
No, vulgar.
He looks a little bit like Doug.
I'm trying to see. Look at his eye. See that? When he blinks,
Yo,
he
blinks.
blinks.
No,
He
that
blinks
is
to one
some.
side.
That is fucked up. No, he's
The other eye
fucked
doesn't
up.
blink anymore.
Yo, what the hell?
His right eye doesn't blink anymore.
BD Ultra. That's the BD
It's a
Ultra
robot.
condition.
Maybe it's a glass eye.
Cyborg.
Yeah, glass eye.
Cybernetic organism.
Maybe he's one of the. Maybe he's one of the real
Retarded.
clones. Maybe he's one of the real clones that Shadow Band was always talking about.
So somebody's saying the one eye, it's like an Illuminati sign or something.
Okay, where is this at? Is this in Vegas or where's he interviewing him at?
That's
Probably.
that's the secret government facility.
That's right.
That they
Underground.
killed Paul Walker in.
Because if it's in Vegas, I can understand. Maybe there's light in his eye or some
secret
shit.
underground government facility where they stage boxing events
Area 51.
and kill people.
Do you think he makes it into the Versace temple?
No. You can't be there. Look. Actually, I got a video from them the other day, sort of like the Cliff Notes of that interview. If you guys want to see it, it's
Absolutely.
pretty shocking. Actually, it's fucking shocking.
Is this another one of your exclusives? Another exclusive Real Food TV?
I mean, this is out. This has been out there. I think you guys looked at it a couple of weeks ago. But I was given the Cliff Notes by Mr. Versace.
Oh,
because it was kind of a boring interview, so they try to like clean it up, make it a little faster. Just the more important parts of the video.
As well, they should.
I'll see if I can share. See if I can share with you guys. I don't know. I was gonna premiere it because I'm actually gonna do a show later today.
You can send it.
Well, I have it right here. If you could share it through the stream.
Maybe I can.
I actually have. I'm sharing it with the Discord right now. I don't know if you can see it.
Hold on.
You see it?
Hold on. Gonna start watching your stream. Hold on a second. All right, now I gotta figure. Now I gotta put it up on
Enlarge the whole time.
Yeah, I got it. Well, it's enlarged, but now see that's the thing. Every time I try to put something on Discord nowadays on OBS, it doesn't want to capture it for some reason. Oh, is it working?
That's weird.
Yeah, it's working now.
That
Fantastic.
looks like
All
it.
right.
Yeah, that's the side. Yeah. This was exclusively sent to the Real Food TV by Mr. Versace.
Wait, I thought it was. It's not Versace then. It's Versace.
Something like that. Mr.
Now,
Versace.
do you? We should ask Deontay Wilder's friend. Deontay. He would probably. He probably says Versace.
Oh my God, that's my son. That's my son, Mr. Versace.
Or he might say Versace.
Versace. All right, let me play. Press play to see if we can hear it. Because if I can hear it, the audience can't.
So I can bring it up. All right, here it is. Do you hear it?
Yeah, quick.
All right then.
Yeah, it's something. He's making some weird sounds. I thought it was weird.
Yeah, what
actually,
the
I
fuck is
helped them edit this. I helped them. You guys can hear it.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna play it. All right. This is very shocking.
Listen here, bro. What you gonna do?
Judging by the recent CompuBox numbers, you're number one by a mile as far as fighters not landing any power punches. When did you first become aware of Tio?
You know, it's so crazy. I really was like aware of Tio was probably before he even knew me. But I used to get on YouTube. I kind of watched them. That's when I kind of got a first whiff of Tio. But
For the both of you guys pushed, but you wanted other guys. He was getting other guys.
and he looked real good. That kind of excited me. Like that kind of brought like something out of me to where it's like, can he do them same things in front of me? But I want to see.
You're gonna break him. You look for those openings.
Mr. Versace, Mr. Versace, Versace, Mr. Versace, Mr. Versace, Mr. Versace, Mr. Versace.
All right, so yeah, there you go, guys.
Oh man, that was. Oh, hold on, I'm wiping the tears from my eyes here.
Yeah, they sent that to me. I mean, it really ties everything together with that.
It really does.
Interview was about. Yeah,
it really does. What was that sound?
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you for the exclusive dossier there.
Thank you for sending it. Yeah, I got it about 2 days ago. Actually, I showed it to Sober. It's a secret document. I'm gonna show it on my show. I might do one tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be watching, man.
I got some information, some other important information.
But wait, what was that sound? Every time they zoomed in on these dudes, there was like, was that the sound from a phantasm or something? What was it?
I thought it was a little bit overdone, right? Like, did you really need like those weird kind of like, I don't know, just kind of odd. It was like a scary sound in reverse.
Yeah, that was something.
It was like a kid. Yeah, it was like a scary sound. Yeah.
You know, they talk about industry plants. Who is this guy? He just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, look at this guy. This guy Roelly, man. Is he possessed?
That's the BDA Ultra programming right there, man.
Yes. Damn.
But to answer Frank's question, I believe Mr. Versace used to work for Ring Magazine. No, well, he works for Ring Magazine now, or was it vice versa? He was associated with Ring Magazine somehow. I don't know if still or before, but yeah, I think he was some sort of writer.
He's
now
he's CEO. He's a CEO.
No, yeah, he's CEO or some shit now.
Whoa, okay.
Which is strange.
And yeah, that's the guy.
Turkey they're just putting him at the forefront out of nowhere. kind of suspicious.
Well, you know what it is, Frank? I think this dude, according to a boxing scene article, I think that's him. I think he's the guy that Turki Al-Sheikh saw, okay, this dude does whatever I tell him to. Because I think he's the guy that they send to contact other writers so that whenever they write something negative about Turki Al-Sheikh or Riyadh season, he goes over there and he tells them, look, listen, guys, can you tone it down or whatever? He's the emissary.
He's the enforcer. The enforcer.
He's the Versace enforcer. Yeah, him and the Versace army.
Ready to use violence.
Oh, well, you might get a call, Mr. BDA.
Well, you're kidding around, but that's why I'm opposed to this whole censorship thing. Because look, yeah, on the one hand, Riyadh season, they're private events. They have the right to prevent anyone from the media if they don't want them to. If they don't want these certain media members covering their event, they have the right to do so. But then I'm thinking, well, what if it's a slippery slope? What if one day they sort of partner with YouTube or something, right, with Google, and then all of a sudden they start clamping down on YouTubers that criticize them, negatively criticize them? I mean, look at we already
silently without telling anybody.
What's that?
And they'll do it silently without telling it.
I can't hear you, Sowers. Sounds like you're being silenced yourself.
They'll do it. Oops. All right. You go ahead.
All right. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So it's a slippery slope. The first they go for these people, and then next thing you know, they're coming after YouTubers. So, and we like to speak our minds here. We're not associated or affiliated with anybody. So, and we allow people to come here and speak their mind, and that doesn't reflect necessarily the views of the BD organization, but we allow people to say whatever they want and speak their mind. That's the way.
I don't know. I'm worried, Mr. BDA. They might offer you the bag. Say, hey, Mr. BDA.
Well, it would have to be. It would have to be a pretty hefty bag. Let me tell you, it would have to rival the size of the bag that encases my cojones, if you know what I mean. It would take a lot.
All right, Mr. BDA. I hope you don't sell us out one day.
Well, listen, there's a lot to sell out.
Well,
so.
BDA, you should watch your mouth because you might wake up in the Versace temple one day.
Oh, you know what? The Versace temple is like the Red Room in Twin Peaks. Everything goes backward. You meet all sorts of demonic entities. Like, I wouldn't want to be there. I'm not ready. My spirit is not ready to be in the Versace room. You got to be initiated. But
you don't want to see Mr. Versace's true final form.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
you might end up like Tom Green and have only one testicle.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. That's true, right? Because he had the big C.
The surgery.
Yeah.
What big C?
The big cancer.
Oh yeah.
I think that's what it was. I don't know.
Yeah, I believe so too.
What was I gonna? I had another story here. Eddie Hearn says he's the greatest promoter of all time. Is that what he said? Let me play this. Hold on a second.
Don't forget, right?
I mean, I don't know, man. Hey, don't forget to hit the like, fellas. Hit the like. Let's see what Eddie Hearn had to say about himself. Giving himself a pat in the back, apparently. He must be kidding, right? It's that British dry wit humor that they have. Let's see what he had to say. Hold on.
Right.
You'll never hear me talking disrespectfully about Dana, being personal about Dana. He's fair cop, it's fair game. They're an amazing company. Like you got Mark Shapiro, Ari, Dana, Nick Khan. These are geniuses.
But does that worry you? Because you
No,
say
it,
that?
no, it turns me on, Con.
Oh, what? Let me just. I think I misheard him. Hold on. What did he say?
Worry you? Because you
No,
say
it,
that?
no, it turns me on, Con. It's what I want. I've got to prove that I'm the best. I believe I'm the best. I believe I'm the greatest boxing promoter that's ever lived. And it might be deluded, but my track record suggests I might be right.
So wait a minute.
That's a stupid idea.
He's been in the scene for about 15 years as the head of Matchroom, because before that he wasn't the head of it, right? He's saying that he beats Don King and Bob Arum. Is that what he's intimating here?
He's a moron.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. But isn't he a silver spooner?
Yeah. He's
a nepo baby. Yeah. And he can even beat Frank Warren in a 5v5, right? Not even one
Dude,
fighter.
they were just talking about Matchroom getting bought by Turkey just a couple of weeks ago. I mean, they might actually buy Matchroom. This guy's
wasn't he talking about retirement last year because his guys were just getting pounded out?
Really? No, he never said that, man.
Yeah,
his promotion's trash. I mean, who's it got?
Dalton.
He doesn't have much
Dalton.
I mean, come
But
on.
hold on, yeah, didn't he say that he'd be willing to sell to Turkey? He said that he made a sexual remark, I believe, something like I bet. No, I'm serious. He said something that sounded sexual. He said something like, I'd spread it for Turkey or something. Hashtag spread it for Turkey or something.
He said he's having a hard time. He says, "I suck your beep."
Hold on a second. Let's see if there's anything more here. No, I don't get the reference.
No one ever saw Don't Be a Menace? No, I already beat myself.
I've never seen it. That's with the Wayne brothers, right?
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Yes.
Never seen it.
No. I mean, no. Don't Be a Menace. Menace
you ain't down with the hood?
No. Menace to Society.
I said I didn't.
The movie that Don't Be a Menace is based on.
Right.
You never seen Menace to Society?
No. I've seen Boys in the Hood, but I've never seen Menace to Society.
Yeah.
BDA is too bougie. He don't lower himself.
That's right. I only watch.
There's a scene in that movie, where the crackhead goes up to the drug dealer. He's like, "Man, I'll suck your beep."
And that's what stuck to you. That's what stuck to you in the whole movie. Not the social message.
The guy's like, "What? What'd you say? Man up!" And then he shoots him.
All right, that's a great moment in cinema history right there.
I might be deluded.
It
but
was
my
pretty.
track
It was
record
pretty
suggests
funny.
I might be right.
It's about the hood, BDA. But the struggles.
I need.
That's what happens in the hood.
And I need heavy artillery up against me. I don't need some geezer with a fucking water pistol.
The only hood movies BDA seen is Blood In, Blood Out in America.
Look at this big ass Ben Shapiro.
So people will slate their product initially. What is this Callum Walsh against a Campo at the 8?
What do you make of that?
Listen, they've run out of time. They're just going to get right. These guys, they're long-term players, right? They've got a 5-year plan, not a 6-month plan.
Oh.
It's very weak, but
yes.
So is he being boisterous? I'm not worried about them or blah, blah, blah. Shouldn't he be a little bit worried about Turkey Al-Sheikh and Dana White and all those other Jewish names that he rattled off there?
Yeah, for sure he should, because I predict he's going to be gone within the next. It'd be a miracle he's around for another 10 years.
Well, I mean,
wait a minute. You're saying Eddie Hearn will not survive this invasion?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. He's on his last legs right now. That's why they're trying to look to buy his company, because they know he's got nothing left. Because they're gonna gobble up all the big fighters, So that's what it is. This is why he's trying to hold on to guys like Boots Ennis and pretend that, we just couldn't make the fight happen. It's like, shut up. You just don't want it to happen. You want to keep, eking out these little bullshit paydays,
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want him to go fight Ortiz and get laid out and throw 4 rounds or something,
Yeah, but he still has the zone, and that's ran by a billionaire, so maybe he is confident.
Well, he's a billionaire, so he don't give a shit. He's always
Hearn. I'm talking Hearn or the zone.
Oh, Hearn. Hearn is a
billionaire.
He's over $1 billion.
Is that right?
The dude's very wealthy.
What?
Yeah,
no, I thought
so
he's worth $50 million.
No, he's worth, I think, over $1 billion.
Hell no.
I'm looking. I don't know if this is true.
You're exaggerating a little bit.
No, I think he's 50 million. Somebody posted a picture.
I'll tell you.
Frank Warren's 25 million. This guy's 50 million. Dana White is like 700 million.
That Matchroom, his daddy accumulated a lot of money.
Listen, I think
the Matchroom. What Matchroom is worth?
Yes, everything altogether. Yeah.
Okay.
Matchroom,
Yeah, maybe you're
the
right.
Company, the company he owns.
Right.
Yeah. It's worth over $1 billion, and then he has around 50 million. But
So
it's all mixed together. He's a very wealthy guy. He doesn't need to do this anymore.
So he'll just sell out. You're right. I mean, why would? I mean, it would be only pride that holds him back, right, from selling. But other than that, it doesn't make any sense. Like
This company's gonna sink. He's not very good. He's not a very good leader.
Well, I mean, not for nothing, but when you're walking around and boxers are pulling your pants down and you got no underwear on, that's a bad look. Like that doesn't instill a lot of confidence in me.
Oh, that happened to him?
In a promoter. Was that?
Mm-hmm.
That happened to him. He got.
Well, let me play you the clip, man. If you don't believe me, this is pre-AI, by the way, or pre-available AI. So this is not AI. Hold on.
He doesn't have any underwear.
Yeah, he didn't have any underwear on, like a porn star.
You know what's the good part of that? There's no risks. Well, the way what Eddie Hearn says, there's no risk of streak stains.
Wait a minute. That doesn't mean
that's his approach.
But you are streaking. Like if you got shit stains, you're gonna streak them on your shorts.
Oh God.
No, there's distancing. There's
that's
distancing.
why FUGB's there to lick it out.
Ah, jeez, Louis. Yeah, but now we know. Now we know Food TV doesn't wear any underwear because he doesn't want to leave any skid marks on it, just on his shorts or pants, whatever he wears. All right, check this out.
Wear his pants like for a few weeks straight.
AMAC is just telling me the things he's into. He's projecting.
Check this out, Fu, and the viewers out there. Check this out, Fu. Check this out, in case you don't believe me, and the viewers out there. This is not AI. This is from 2018 or thereabouts. Oh, this is like a robbery.
He took his undies off. Come on, what the fuck?
No, he didn't have underwear on.
What is wrong with him?
He's got
Who
shorts
the fuck was
on.
that guy that pulled his pants
He's
down?
going commando.
They have no respect for this fucking guy at all.
Why did he bend? Why did he bend all the way over to get his shorts back? Like, why didn't he just squat a little bit and then?
No, look.
Oh, he's going down the escalator. Was it funny if he would have fallen down the escalator?
Everybody had a good view.
Yeah, imagine his shorts get tangled on the escalator. He goes down and he's butt naked. Stuck on the escalator.
This is the last you see of him. He dies. He's like, whoa! He goes head first down there with his fucking pants around his ankles.
Oh, that would be a horrible way to die. Asphyxiated.
Skid marks.
Ah.
Well, actually, that guy was never heard from again. He died soon after that.
I think I told that story on Second Renaissance. My father was with a guy in Mexico in the streets, and they got all these performers there and all that. He was with I don't know if he was his friend, but there was a guy hypnotizing people in the streets of Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, hey, I can hypnotize anybody. And this dude was heckling him. Like, you can't hypnotize shit. Chinga tu madre. And, like, he was really heckling him. And the guy goes, all right, why don't you step forward and I'll hypnotize you. And the guy goes, it ain't going to work, but yeah, go ahead and try. Next thing you know, he's getting hypnotized. He's got the guy stripping. Like, take your shirt off now. And everyone's laughing. Aha. And then he goes, take your pants off. The guy took his pants off and he was wearing tidy whities. And let's just say they weren't all that white. So that's why when my father told me that story, I said, that my father told me that story, says, so in other words, lesson learned, never let somebody hypnotize you because they might make you take your pants off. And if you don't wash them, everyone's going to know. So 2 lessons there. Clean underwear, don't get hypnotized.
Asses, just clean your ass properly.
Yeah, it's not that difficult.
Important.
Or you could be a cheap bastard like Kung Fu TV and not wear any underwear.
You want to know?
I'm kidding.
Just get a bidet.
Kidding,
it saves on toilet paper. Just saying.
Get some wet wipes. Get some wet wipes. You can't get some wet wipes. I never understood that people that just go, oh, yeah, I use toilet paper. So so you just
destroy your toilet.
Nah. If you get the good ones, the high quality ones, it won't destroy your toilet.
Just buy a bidet. They sell them everywhere now. You can buy them at any store. Just do as they do in the United Kingdom. Yeah.
Sobers.
It'd be funny if he wears adult diapers.
So come on, that's sobers. If you get chocolate on your head or on your hands, excuse me, you just use tissue, like dry tissue, and I got the chocolate off, or do you use something wet?
You gotta wash it.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying.
People are.
This conversation is getting very shitty.
LL saying he said UTV admitting he can't properly wipe himself.
Oh my god, that's disgusting. It's called a joke, you dumb mother. Beep.
Oh.
See, I censor myself. I do the beep.
What type of beep do you have?
Beep.
Do you have the standard STDR beep, or is it the one they use in Europe?
I'm using a vocal.
No, I said STDR, and Emma goes, he's got the standard STD. All right, that's enough. That's enough of you guys. We gotta go. This show's getting too dirty.
Get down there and eat my ass.
All right. Come on.
Oh damn! Oh my god! Yeah,
is that your girlfriend? There's Fu when you get the microphone on by accident.
Get down there on your knees and eat my fucking ass.
All right. We gotta go.
This is getting way too sexual.
Show's over, fellas. Show's over. These guys ruined the show.
Well,
and
the show for him just started.
The show's just begun.
But Fu, you going live today then, or?
Yeah. It's soon. I'm probably gonna.
Fantastic, friend. Is it going to be a boxing show or is it going to be a doomer?
Combat sports conversation about the stuff that happened yesterday. I was actually going to do it yesterday, but there was so much stuff going on with boxing, so I captured some stuff from the fights yesterday. My opinions about what's
Yeah, it's gonna be multiple panelists there.
Yeah, it's gonna be about 30 people probably.
Yeah, me and my multiple personalities.
We're gonna
wait,
talk
so you're gonna
about Dirty Underwear and Shakur Stevenson.
Are you gonna be doing it on the sobers panel, or is it just gonna be you and
I might do it with my wife maybe.
Your wife,
So I was
alright.
thinking maybe, yeah.
My wife.
I like to do the bing bang boom. You kind of go through the different stories really fast. Just get
That's what we try to do.
Yeah,
But we-
really fast.
That's what we try to do, but we always get stuck on one story. Well, listen, go check out the Real Food TV. He's going to be streaming later on. Shout out to everybody who joined us. I'm talking about the Real Food TV, Amok, Sobers. Carl was here as well earlier, aka the Boxing Kangaroo. Frank. Hey, Frank, you went live in the last couple of days, right?
Yeah, barely.
Barely.
I just
Okay.
was able to get one in, barely.
Able to get one in.
Did you
barely.
guys capture this? Actually,
Excuse me?
I'll just leave you off with this if you want to see it.
What is it?
There's some disturbing information that came out recently about that card that happened in New York. Do you remember the one, the Turkey Alley Chicken card?
Which one?
The big one, the New York City Times Square card.
Oh, the City of
Oh, yeah,
Wolves.
that's-
Yeah.
Yeah. I got it on my screen.
Okay.
This is another thing I was sent. This is exclusive, people.
Well, hold on.
Sent to the
Let
Real
me
Food TV.
before you play it, let me put it up on the screen here because
We can analyze this really quick.
we can what?
We can analyze this really quick. I don't know.
Analyze, not anal. Okay. All right.
Yeah, and not analyze. No.
All right.
That's what AMAC does after he.
All right, it's up. Go ahead.
Only on the weekend.
His tacos with balut in them. That's disgusting. That is fucking disgusting.
All right,
Look
you
at
can
this guy
play it,
back
man.
there.
Oh my god.
You tell me, is this gonna affect Tofimo on the short Tofimo because his dad is what is he? His coach, right?
Right.
Am I wrong? Yeah. Let's see if this affects him because I think it's going to.
Oh, man, relax, guys. Relax. Let me in. Relax. Yo, that's. Yo. Oh, shit. Yeah, you seen his face. You seen his face.
And then the bottle. and then the bottle of water. Not only is his father dropping to the ground, but then they put ice water on his balls. Like the fucking coldest water possible on his cock.
Relax.
Let me in.
He's like, oh,
you know when
shit.
people when people randomly fall and then they try to play it off by like break dancing or popping or some shit.
Yeah.
You should have did that.
It looked like AI the way he kind of like slid. You saw the way he slid.
Yeah, when that's a good point.
He
When
started moonwalking after that.
No, he should have did the worm after he fell just to play it off.
yeah, exactly.
No, but
he could have done
Food
the
TV,
robot.
Fu brings up a good point. When he drops and then he tries to save face like nothing happened, so he tries to slide as quickly as possible towards his son. But the way he slid, you can't see his feet, so it almost looks like he's some sort of contraption, like some sort of sliding canvas or something. It was weird, man. I don't know how he did it.
Yeah, it was. I was like, is that AI? That's fucking crazy.
That was weird, man. That was weird. But the thing he kept saying, relax, let me in, relax. That sounds like a rapist telling his victim, like, shh, don't, you know.
Oh,
Yeah, relax.
shit.
It's like
Don't fight
Richie
back.
in The Sopranos when he's taking Junior's. Junior has his hand stuck in the sink, and he's like, "Go limp. You're flexing. Go limp." That's not like a rapist, you know. I was like, "Come on, stop flexing. Let me in."
Relax, relax. Let me through. Oh, shit.
You mean like Bill Cosby?
Exactly, like Bill Cosby. By the way, Fu, who has a raspier voice? Teofimo Lopez's father or Deontay Wilder's stylist?
Ah, man, that's a hard one.
Deontay.
Stylist.
I mean, it's close. It's close. It's almost like a tie, isn't it? It's like a tie. The stylist is more bass. You say Deontay. Like there's a little more bass in there. Where TL's dad sounds like he's just like smoked way too many cigarettes, right?
Exactly.
He
I gotta
gotta be a
find.
smoker.
I know I played that video. I know which episode it was. It was on an October episode of 2021, right before the Wilder Fury rubber match. We played that video where they're interviewing Wilder with those two stylists, but I can't find it on the. I can find the episode where we played it, but I can't find the video itself. It's fucking bizarre.
Oh, you can't find it. Let me see. I could probably find it, maybe.
Let me tell you, if I'm
I told,
asleep,
didn't I send you that guy's page? That dude.
yes, you sent us his Instagram.
He does music. He's a musician. That guy.
That's right. Well, is it a he or a she?
Also an amazing stylist. Oh, what do you think?
No, but I'm
Obviously, it's a
asking
woman.
because if we're in Canada and I he wants to be referred to as a she, then
Misgender.
legally I'm obligated to address him as a he. I mean, excuse me, a she.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was just going to say
fucked up.
it.
You're
just
going
to
to
cause
jail.
less confusion, but fuck it.
He's gonna go to jail for that one.
All right, well, listen, we got to go. But shout out to everybody who joined us on the panel. What else? Yeah, shout out to everybody on the panel. Go check out
What the hell? I just got here.
Well, listen, I mean, we've been on since 6:30, and then you decide to show up at 8:45. I was like, come on, what's the matter with you? We got to go.
Yeah.
But shout out to
You gotta be on
Amok.
time like me, all right?
There you go.
I was late.
Shout out to Amok, Never Sobers, my co-host Bucho, Frank Bay, The Real Food TV, Carl from Australia, White. He was here earlier as well.
Oh.
Shout out to Deante, Carl. What's the matter with you? You're using the same voice, huh? That's the thing, man.
Australian for beer.
All right, now listen, we got to go. But shout out to everybody who donated, everybody who called in. And let's give a big shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm talking about Papala Sao Circus. What the fuck? Boxing 9741, Casamigos, 2 Matador, MLO, Guerrero de la Info, Skull Kid, Darth Vader in there, Jin Ryu, Hannibal, LL, Mexican Boxing, Dan, Barry Nivola. If I forget anybody, it's because we got to go. You guys know who you are. Miso Dionysian, May Will Be Flower, Chirac, Dark Hay Dog, Dan. Oh, that's another Dan. No, that's the same one. Anyway, shout out to you guys. Thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it. We got to go.